Olympic women's hockey team win the gold over Canada 2-1 in overtime. Following that win in Milan, USA's Alyssa Liu won her free skate program, the first U.S. women's figure skating gold in 24 years. Former Prince Andrew is released from custody nearly 12 hours after the arrest of King Charles' disgraced younger brother on suspicion of misconduct in public office. More from CBS's Vicky Barker in London.
Andrew Mountbatten-Windsor has been released, quote, under investigation, a sign that police here continue to investigate emails in the Jeffrey Epstein files that appear to show Andrew, then a royal trade envoy, sharing confidential information with the convicted pedophile. At least 9 British police forces have also launched probes based on flight logs found in the Epstein files. Among other things, they're looking into whether victims were trafficked through UK airports. That may come back to haunt Andrew, too. Vicky Barker, CBS News, London.
Andrew has previously denied any wrongdoing in relation to Jeffrey Epstein. Dangerous weather conditions delay recovery of 8 people killed in a California avalanche. CBS's Matt Gutman.
Right now, the sheriff says they are sitting tight, waiting to go back up there until the weather clears and the avalanche threat clears. Maybe that could be as soon as tomorrow.
The rewards being offered for the arrest of the person or people responsible for the disappearance of Nancy Guthrie is now just over $200,000. CBS's Andres Gutierrez in Tucson also reports that the FBI has reached out to Mexican authorities.
The Pima County Sheriff has said that there is no indication at this point that Nancy was taken into Mexico. The prosecutor's office in the Mexican state of Sonora did issue a statement today that read, quote, there is no request to coordinate or cooperate for the search of a missing citizen in the United States.
The 84-year-old has been missing since the early morning hours of February 1st. NASA has released a report on the problems with the 2024 Starliner crewed flight test that ended up with 2 astronauts stranded on the International Space Station for nearly 9 months.
NASA Administrator Jared Isaacman stresses that the crew of the Boeing Starliner flight returned safely, but the path did not reflect the agency at its best.
Failure to learn invites failure again and suggests that in human spaceflight, failure is an option. It is not.
Isaacman adds that NASA declared a Type A mishap and is ensuring leadership accountability.
But we are not going to fly again, crew or uncrewed, until it's ready.
That's CBS's Allison Keyes reporting. This is CBS News.
What is going on?
What's going on here?
How is this possible? Great storytelling starts here.
Oh, come on.
Why? It's time for 60 Minutes.
A Snohomish County courtroom evacuated today. More on that story, but first, Lori at the traffic desk.
Traffic is brought to you by Seattle Sports. Just one lane blocked now, 99 northbound at Des Moines Memorial Highway. Still have those 2 right lanes blocked northbound 99 right before the bridge, backing you up all the way to Holden in Seattle, the first South Bridge. 405 southbound at Southeast 8th. Look out for a collision. That one's in the HOV lane. We've got a stall on 512. It's westbound right near 104 near the mall. Bellevue to Everett, a 1-minute slowdown, a 3-minute delay. Bellevue to Seattle on 520.
Cover your hands.
And Everett to Seattle, 31-minute drive, 2 minutes slowdown. And it will take you about 35 minutes. Seattle to Tacoma, just a 3-minute slowdown. Search Seattle Sports on YouTube and click subscribe to get fresh video content daily. I'm Lori, KIRO Real-Time Traffic.
KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO Newsradio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Nate Connors. A Snohomish County courtroom was evacuated and shut down this morning. Some evidence being presented during a trial potentially exposed people to fentanyl residue. Rachel Doniger with the Everett Fire Department says about 20 people were checked out as a precaution.
Nobody showing any symptoms.
Aside from that one courtroom being closed, courthouse operations were not disrupted. NASA's new boss blasted Boeing and the space agency Thursday for Starliner's botched flight that left 2 astronauts stuck for months at the International Space Station. Administrator Jared Isaacman says Starliner has design and engineering deficiencies that must be fixed.
But the most troubling failure revealed by this investigation is not hardware. It's decision-making and leadership that if left unchecked, could create a culture incompatible with human spaceflight.
Boeing says it has made substantial progress fixing the technical problems and that it has driven significant cultural changes across the team. The 2 test pilots, now retired from NASA, spent more than 9 months at the station before catching a lift back with SpaceX last March. An 18-year-old man accepted a plea deal this morning for shooting and killing a woman in 2024. KIRO News Radio's James Lynch has more.
Jaden Taylor was just 16 when he killed 50-year-old Billy Joe Perkins in front of a Shoreline apartment. He was initially charged in adult court with second-degree murder. Instead, Taylor pleaded guilty to first-degree manslaughter and took responsibility for his crime.
News Radio's James Lynch has more.
Jaden Taylor was just 16 when he killed 50-year-old Billy Joe Perkins in front of a Shoreline apartment. He was initially charged in adult court with second-degree murder. Instead, Taylor pleaded guilty to first-degree manslaughter and took responsibility for his crime.
On May 18, 2024, I recklessly caused the death of Billy Joe Perkins by firing a gun in the course of a struggle in the parking lot area of the Ballinger homes. Is that a true statement?
Yes. Taylor also pleaded guilty to 2 counts of assault and unlawful possession of a firearm. He faces up to 13 years in prison. James Lynch, KIRO News Radio.
As Seattle prepares to host FIFA World Cup matches this summer, Airbnb is rolling out bonus incentives for short-term rental hosts. KIRO 7's Lindsay Sheldon has more.
Airbnb says searches in host cities are already up 80% year over year. And the company expects 23,000 visitors will be looking for an Airbnb in the Seattle area during the tournament.
The company says local hosts could earn roughly $3,800 by renting space during the tournament. There's a new arrival in the Salish Sea. Michael Weiss with the Center for Whale Research says they spotted the new southern resident orca calf on Monday in the Strait of Juan de Fuca.
This calf is very, very young. So this calf was documented at a very young age. And unfortunately, that means it's kind of a coin flip whether or not this calf will make it.
Weiss warns the first year of life is the most dangerous for the endangered species. At last count, there were just 74 southern resident killer whales. And now look at your weather. Increasing clouds throughout the afternoon, a high in the low 40s. Morning clouds and afternoon sun on Friday with a high closer to 45. And then scattered showers in low 50s for our weekend. Right now, it's a nice and sunny 41 degrees in Seattle. I'm Nate Connors, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Hi, you've reached the John Curley Show listener introduction line. Please tell us a little bit about yourself and why you enjoy the show. Thank you.
John has an ability to really store stories in his brain.
Okay, good.
He's really good at that. He loves hearing everybody's story, and he just goes around taking in everybody's story that he can. And when he gets on the radio, he might Irish him up a little bit, but he's like a sponge for everybody's experience on Earth, and that's pretty cool.
I love. Obviously, we'll get together. Well, thank you for that. And a friend, I asked somebody something, and then he started telling me, I said, asking more questions, and he went, wait a minute, wait. Stop me for a second. He went, wait. Is this going to be like material for your show? Yep. It's like, yes, it will. I'm sorry, it's too late now. Store it in my brain. We'll have a lot of stories. They just, they don't tell them.
Yeah, somebody's got to tell them.
Somebody's got to tell them. All righty. Well, I believe Joe says this is all the news. We do have a big monologue, so we're going to do it really fast. Hold on. Ready? Let's see. My monologue, just more on that a little later. The Dahmer Party. This is the anniversary of the rescue. Boy, they had a hard time. Would you eat your own shoe if you were starving?
My own shoe?
Yeah.
I don't think so. No nutritional
You just
value.
ruined the segment then. Prince Andrew, that's the first one of the great monarchy that has been arrested since King Charles back in 1649 or something. They chopped his head off. Trump weighing in on the fact that he doesn't like the fact that Obama lets some cat out of the bag when it comes to aliens. It's a kooky story. Plus, a more curling controversy. Was it premeditated? Just want to fit in with the cool kids in Hollywood. It's the biggest mistake of my career. Which one is that?
That is the Kim Jong-un movie.
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, good. All right. So I'm going to play this for you. Let's see. So this is a senator.
Are we going to do a gong first?
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Gong. I was thinking. This is Senator Slatter.
Correct.
Yeah. From the 48th, somebody sent me this the other day, said, what do you think about this? So here we go.
My district will contribute the most dollars, a quarter of the total of this tax. 2,300 people out of 165,000 or so in my district. That's 11% of the 20,000 who are slated to pay this tax out of 8 million people in this state. That is real. But I've also heard from the 98% of my community and from Voices That Matter that workers who are worried about layoffs, teachers who are buying supplies out of pocket, seniors stretched on fixed incomes, parents who can't afford childcare, and small business owners who are struggling to keep the lights on. And yes, I've also heard from people of means who want to pay this tax, and those who are asking, why should I pay more? I earned it. Will it be spent wisely? Why should I stay in Washington? I've heard them too. But here's the truth, and you've heard it here on the floor. No one builds alone. Not a company, not an industry, not a community. Public schools educate the workforce. We have one of the best workforces in our nation, in the world, I would argue. Universities spark research. Infrastructure moves goods, roads, ports. Healthcare keeps people strong enough to show up. And government has been a partner in that success.
Okay, remember that part, right? That nobody does it alone, and the government is your partner. Let me tell you a little story. 4 young men pull all their money together. They pile into the back of a 1953 Ford station wagon. They've heard there's money to be made in the Pacific Northwest, so they leave Tennessee behind. One of the 4 knew how to drive a stick shift and did most of the driving. He had $80 folded and stuffed deep in his pocket. He was the richest of the 4. During his summer in high school, he worked 80 hours a week. In the fall and the winter evenings, in the basement with his mother, he'd put together tiny plastic sheets that would go over the windshields of cars to stop the frost from forming. His mother sewed and he did the packing, and then he did the selling. The money that he made was his own because he had invented this handy-dandy little device, and he sold it for $1.90. They drove Route 66 to avoid the snow. The 4 made it to Seattle. It turned out to be a good idea to get a station wagon because all 4 of them had to sleep in it together. But the constant rain and the lack of direction peeled away 3, and they headed back to the warmth and safety of their home in Tennessee. Only one young man kept going. He was tall and thin. What he lacked in size, he made up for with grit and an unbreakable will to make it someday, to make something of himself. He would work 2 or 3 jobs, went without food often. Luck and the kindness of strangers was often in short supply. He heard that there was money to be made as well, this time up in Alaska fishing, so he went down to the docks at Ballard, and he slept under a boat on the concrete ground and begged anybody for a job. But since he wasn't Scandinavian or Croatian, chances of him being hired on a crew were slim to none. But a friend took pity on him, said, I can get you on a crew, but I got to warn you, it's not the easiest job. It's 15 hours a day in the bottom of a boat with temperatures below freezing. You pick up 15-pound blocks of ice, crabs encased in it, and then you stack it and you smash it with a piece of metal. The one man from Tennessee, the guy that decided not to go home to where it was safe, put on a pair of long johns, 2 pairs of jeans, many shirts and coats as possible, and still be able to lift his arms up over his head. Often men quit. Often men drank, were fired, or kept drinking. But he didn't. He saved his money, stayed sober, and kept working. One day he bought a boat that no one else would touch because everyone else had some common sense. Got his hands on some raggedy nets, and he headed out. He saw a man burn to death, another drown. He made and lost and made and lost and made and lost some more. He risked his life and all of his savings. Everything. He dropped nets. He pushed his boats to the limits, but he didn't seem to have many. One day it hit him. Why not catch the crabs and process them on a boat rather than handing them off? Others might have had the same idea that he had, but they didn't do it. Maybe it was fear, maybe a lack of will or money, but they didn't do it. No one else did. But the man from Tennessee was not like the others. Catching and processing on the same boat had never been done before. It was revolutionizing. It changed the entire fishing industry. Remember, all 4 from Tennessee left on that spring day in 1961 and used the roads that the government had built with the taxes that it had taken. All 4 of them had benefited from the public schools with the taxes had taken. All 4 used the infrastructure the government had built with the tax it was taken. All 4 equally benefited from the taxes that they paid. But here's the truth, Senator. Only one of the 4 who learned in the schools and drove on the roads and crossed the bridges, only one, a 19-year-old man at the time, had $80 in his pocket and headed west. And the government was not his partner. The government did not invest. The government did not sleep on the concrete, the wet concrete. The government did not lift a block of ice into a frozen boat. That's what partners do. The government took his money, and what he had left, he started his business. And now that business employs 9,000 people around the world. It partners with 5,400 independent fishermen, and $80 turned into $3 billion a year. I wish Chuck Bundren were alive today. Oh, to see his face weathered by sun and sweat and worry when he hears that the government is his partner and that he didn't build it and he should pay more because it's only fair. Senator, when that old Ford station wagon headed back to the comfort of Tennessee, you should thank God that one of the seats was empty.
Every night I walk along down Tennessee Blue, and I can hear you sigh the song I used to sing. Honey, come back to me and take these low down Tennessee blues. Low down Tennessee blues. Every night I walk along low down Tennessee blue, and I can hear you sigh the song I used to sing. Honey, come back to me and take these low down Tennessee blues.
There you go. How's that?
That was, as the kids say, fire.
Wow. Word to your mother. Yeah.
They don't say that anymore.
Yeah, they don't.
I do sometimes, but that's all right.
Yeah. So, I don't need to repeat it. And for those people like, oh, why do you keep talking about it? The millionaire tax. People that are saying we've heard enough about it. I go to the cafe up the street.
Nobody says that.
Everybody talks. Everyone is talking about this thing. This is gigantic. So, anyway.
I like the to any extent in which the government can claim partnership, it is, the roads that your taxes paid for that you use. Yeah, sure.
But see, everybody, bro, everybody was, all 4 of those guys were on those roads.
Oh, yeah.
They all were on the roads.
That's it.
Right. So this idea like, well, you didn't build it. We built it. The government built it. Bull. God, I wish I could curse on this show. They paid. They're all in the car. Yeah. One guy did something else. It's a crazy story of Chuck Bundren. There's the stuff that he went through. A bunch of fishermen say you're intentionally. This is a lawsuit that lasted. Oh my God, I don't know how many years. They said you're price collusion. There's on the price of the fish that we're catching. So then all of these guys were all the big companies, the Japanese companies and the American companies and the Chinese, they were all going to be caught up in this suit. And there's no collusion. There's no collusion with us. But the fishermen were saying, yes, there is collusion. And this thing went on. So while the fishermen were catching the fish and giving it to the processors, they were in the middle of this giant lawsuit. And it went on for years and years. So things were really acrimonious for a long time. And Chuck Bundren, one flipped over and said, okay, we'll just pay. We'll pay. We're going to admit that we weren't even doing anything wrong, but we're going to give money. We're going to give money. So the lawyers as story is told about Chuck, he sees the lawyers, his lawyers and the others. So you get the prosecutor, right? You get the folks that saying, yeah, you're ripping us off. And the others saying, no, we're not. So he sees the two lawyers chumming it up and drinking in the bar. And he says to his one lawyer, if I ever see you do that again, I will fire you right now. The offer was made. You could give $200,000 right now and be done with this. Just give them $200,000, go away. It took, I think, 7 years. Don't quote me on the number of years. It cost them $8 million. Like,
on the principle, yeah.
Yeah. It's a crazy great story.
And that is Trident, right?
Trident Seafood.
Yeah.
Trident Seafood.
That's who Rye caught a few for, right?
Poor Rye. Yeah, he was out there at Bristol Bay on
with his bucket.
Yeah, Lawson's boat. Oh my God. But he learned how to fish.
That'll make you tough, or at least
God,
to find out if you are.
Out there picking them, right? And then I said, so he goes, Dad, the worst, means many, many horrible things. But when I asked where the bathroom was, they pointed to a Home Depot bucket. Yeah. There's no bathroom, no shower, no bathroom. The greatest text I ever got from him is no sleep, no rest, no bathroom, no shower, no regrets.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
All right, Nathan, let's go. What do you got out there checking traffic for us? Oh, no, it's Lori. I'm sorry. It's an old habit. All right, let's hear it.
Just one lane block, northbound 99 at Des Moines Memorial Drive. Traffic is brought to you by the Emerald Queen Casino. Now, northbound 99, we still have the two right lanes blocked there, really slowing you down through the scene, actually in both directions. 405 southbound at Southeast 8th, we have a collision. That one's in the HOV lane. And Bellevue to Everett right now, a 1 minute slowdown, and it's about a 3 minute delay. Bellevue to Seattle if you take 520. 53 minutes now, Seattle into Everett, and southbound I-5 at 72nd in Tacoma. It looks like that collision cleared, but you're still pretty backed up all the way to State Route 16. Federal Way to Tacoma is going to take you about 12 minutes. Get ready for a night of hard-hitting MMA excitement with the WFC 190, April 25th at Emerald Queen Casino. Emerald Queen Casino, the entertainment capital of the Northwest. I'm Lori, KIRO Real-Time Traffic.
Thank you, Lori. If you got a bad, ankle, shoulder, wrist, elbow, whatever it is, for me it was a bad hip, and I was facing surgery like so many other people do, and if you talk to the doctor, it's like, okay, here's what's going to happen. We're going to make the incision here. We're going to put this titanium rod in there. And as he starts to explain it to you, you're like, what? Are there any other options? The doctor that doesn't work is like, well, that's what we would recommend. I thought, after hearing from that surgeon, I'm going to check out stem cells. I knew a little bit about them, so I did more research, and I found Dr. Mark Wagner there at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine. I knew that it was a 90-minute outpatient procedure. I know that he'd done about 20,000 of these, and I thought, I'm going to go see him. So I walked into his office, beautiful office there. I think it's over in Dexter. And there's these jerseys on the wall of all these athletes that I recognize. I was like, wait a minute, these are patients of Dr. Wagner? They come to him? I'm going to go here with my bad hip. He looks at my MRIs, looks at the x-rays. He goes, yeah, let's do this. And sure enough, it's been about 14 weeks. I feel great. Running again. I've got my life back. Maybe even ski if we can get some snow. So if you got a bad elbow, wrist, ankle, knee surgery, whatever it is, whatever you're facing in there, think about stem cells, but start with drmarkwagnermd.com.
Can Seattle and the 12s throw a party or what?
They're thinking there could be up to 1 million 12s for this parade.
We're the best in the world! You hear me?
You know, me and so many others remember taking my kid to the parade 12 years ago. And now another generation gets to share that.
Home of your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
Hey, we not done. We coming back next year.
KIRO News Radio.
You know, it's frustrating. You work your tail off for 40 plus years. The government takes 30 or 40% in taxes. Then they turn right around and waste it. Americans are getting fed up, and that's why they're taking advantage of tax planning. Charlie Harger here. Tax planning could significantly reduce your taxes, not just for 1 year, but for the rest of your life. Learn how much you could save in taxes when you retire with free retirement tax savings analysis from Boss Retirement Solutions. If you've saved more than $300,000, schedule your free analysis now by calling 206-210-13 1350. Don't pay the government one more dime than you need to. You need to call the team at Boss Retirement Solutions. Call 206-210-1350. 206-210-1350.
For informational purposes only, actual results may vary. No statement contained herein shall constitute tax, legal, or investment advice.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
That's another amazing run by Team USA.
Mom, think I'll be on Team USA one day?
Well, I'll take this one.
What? Are you speaking to us?
Yes, and to answer your question, anything's possible, especially with Xfinity.
So, I can be the best snowboarder ever?
Well, I can't guarantee that, but Xfinity can guarantee that your internet price won't change for 5 years.
Okay. What if I practice every day?
Then maybe you'll be snowboarding for Team USA at the next Olympic Winter Games. And Mom, you'll still be paying the same price for Wi-Fi.
Ooh, really stuck the landing there. It's the Xfinity Gold Medal Celebration. Now through February 22nd, get our best price on gig Wi-Fi for 5 years guaranteed, just $50 a month. Plus, get Peacock Premium included for 2 years. That's a $10.99 value per month. Xfinity. Imagine that. Proud partner of Team USA. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. Actual speeds vary.
This might be the most surprising statistic I've shared in decades of doing local news. More than 75% of commuters will be involved in a car accident at some point. JP Pendergast of Pendergast Law with more.
What makes it more surprising? The average person will be involved in 3 to 4 collisions in their lifetime.
With accidents unbelievably prevalent, what are some safety tips if it happens to you?
Safety first. Secondary collisions are not uncommon while awaiting help. Turn on those hazards and remain in a safe place. If a bystander witnessed the accident, capture their information and encourage them to remain at the scene. Seek medical attention immediately if needed, as delaying can be a costly mistake. Lastly, remember that statements made to police and insurance adjusters can affect your case.
Collisions are more common than we'd like to think. If you find yourself in one, follow these helpful tips and then call my friends at Pendergast Law.
If you or a loved one's injured in a car accident, call Pendergast Law. We can help.
PendergastLaw.com.
At Skyline Seattle, senior living never sounded so good. We celebrate the arts and are building enviable cultural partnerships like the Ballardet Quartet from the Seattle Chamber Music Society and the Seattle Art Museum. We provide our residents all the energy Seattle offers. Make your home at Seattle's only true life care community. Culture has an address. Skyline. Discover it all at skylineseattle.org.
I'm Chris Davis, former King County prosecutor and founder of the Davis Law Group in Seattle. If you've been injured in a crash caused by impaired or drunk drivers, there are special considerations that need to be taken to protect your legal rights. Davis Law Group's team of investigators and lawyers know how to properly investigate DUI crashes and identify all parties who might be legally responsible for your injuries and damages. Call Davis Law Group at 206-888-8888 or get my free book at WashingtonAccidentBooks.com.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Nate Connors. State officials are warning everyone to watch out for another round of text scams. The messages are pretending to be from the Washington Department of Licensing, demanding urgent payment or major consequences.
DOL spokesperson Thomas Charlson says if the department needs to contact you, it'll be obvious.
We do reach out to people through email or through a full-size letter.
Officials warn if you get scammed, you're likely out of that money for good.
We can't refund them but we would recommend that they contact their financial institution and report the scam.
When you get one of these texts, report it as spam and report it to the FTC. That way, a record is kept in their system.
KIRO 7 TV's Brooke Griffin. The man arrested for allegedly trashing a trauma room at Harborview Medical Center faces several charges.
The 29-year-old from Vancouver, Washington is charged with arson, malicious mischief, and 4 counts of assault. Prosecutors say on Saturday he trashed a trauma room at the ER at Harborview. They say he broke open a direct oxygen line and lit a bucket of medical equipment on fire. That could have caused an explosion. They also say he spat upon and kicked nurses and guards. According to court documents, he was treated for wrist injuries with splints and told he wouldn't need surgery and could go home. But according to police, he wasn't happy with that, and that's when he started trashing the place. He's due in court next Tuesday. Frank Lindsay, KIRO News Radio.
Bail is set at $250,000. Washington Democratic U.S. Senator Patty Murray will skip next week's State of the Union. She calls President Trump a disgrace and the most corrupt president in American history in a post on X. Other Democrats also plan to boycott the address. The White House says it's not a surprise that they refuse to celebrate and honor the Americans who have benefited from the common sense policies Republicans have governed with. Auburn police stepped up some efforts against rising retail theft for the recent enforcement blitz. Officials warn what some consider petty shoplifting is hurting local stores and forcing closures. The operation focused on high theft locations across the city to curb the growing problem. Well, we learned yesterday the Seattle Seahawks are officially for sale, but for head coach Mike Macdonald, it's business as usual.
I don't think really much changes for us at this point.
Macdonald made that comment today while introducing the team's new offensive coordinator, Brian Fleury. Fleury replaces Clint Kubiak, who moved on to head coach the Las Vegas Raiders. Fleury was an assistant coach with the San Francisco 49ers. And now over to the real-time traffic desk. Here's Lori.
Hey, Nate, I just got my text about my overdue toll bill.
Yeah.
So you're telling me not to pay it?
Yeah, just give it to me. I'll take care of it.
Thank you. Traffic is brought to you by Subaru of Puyallup. Just one lane block still northbound 99 at Des Moines Memorial Drive. And then a little farther north, 99 northbound, 2 right lanes blocked, backing you up to Holden. We don't know when that's going to clear up. 405 southbound at Southeast 8th. We have a collision in the HOV lane. And southbound 405 at 167. Look out for a collision in the right lane and partly blocking that ramp. Bellevue to Renton, a 1-minute slowdown and a 7-minute delay now. Bellevue to Seattle if you take 520. Seattle to Linwood and Seattle to Federal Way, you're going to see a 4-minute delay either way you go. And South 5 at 72nd in Tacoma, that accident cleared, but you still have a 1-minute slowdown Federal Way to Tacoma. Visit Subaru of Puyallup for friendly, expert, transparent pricing, genuine care, and savings during the Subaru A Lot to Love event through March 31st. SubaruofPuyallup.com. I'm Lori, KIRO Real-Time Traffic.
Hey, thanks, Lori. Your weather has increasing clouds as we head into the evening. 28 for our overnight low. Friday starts off cloudy, turning partly sunny by the afternoon with a high near 45. Right now, 41 and sunshine in downtown Seattle. I'm Nate Connors, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Home Comfort Alliance. Heating, cooling, plumbing. Do they do electric? Yes, they do. Wow. Heating, cooling, plumbing, electric. It's homecomfortalliance.com. Thank you, Home Comfort. Excellent. Thank you. Well, Teenie likes that. Nice. Teenie's spinning around in her. They did a mini split in that thing that she's in. She's so comfortable. Oh. Switch cameras so you just see.
All you're doing is talking about my dress and my hair.
No, we're not. We're talking about the fact that you've got a mini split in there. See, it's coming around. We can't zoom in, can you? You can't zoom in on that thing?
You can zoom in. You can?
Really?
I think so.
Give it a shot. Okay. Wow. Really breaking new ground here. All of you on YouTube, this is for you guys, for the 14 people on YouTube. The rest of you on this antiquated device known as radio, you're really missing out.
Oh, wait. Mic 5. Okay, I think I got it. Hold on. Here it comes.
I'm zooming it right now.
Andrew, you're very grumpy.
Don't make sure she's crossing her legs. Muckleshoot Casino Resort text line 1-888-973-5476. All right, let's stay in history real quick. We got to hear scurrying along here. Let's see. 1777, Congress overlooks Benedict Arnold for a promotion. Boy, he gets mad. Aaron Burr arrested for alleged treason. So he shoots and kills Hamilton. Then he just runs back to the White House and continues to be a VP. They don't ever charge him with murder because you were allowed to charge people. You get allowed to do duels. And then he ends up running off to Europe. They charge him with a treason, a few other things. Comes back, sets up his legal practice. Imagine that, like going to see that guy. He basically dies penniless.
Starts writing raps.
Yes, he did. And then Aaron Burr, from Hamilton. Thomas Edison comes up with a phonograph today and was very proud of the fact that this was, when he took the spin that you had to like crank it up, had that big horn on there, and he drops the needle down and...
How many hit singles in number
Wait,
one?
hold on. He drops the needle down and... Okay, let's see. 1942, beloved president, FDR, rounds up a bunch of innocent Japanese and puts them in prison. Internment camps. And then 2010, Tiger Woods apologizes for an extramarital affair.
My brother's theory on that, when people are like, I can't believe he did that. I can't believe he does that.
Here was Chuck's take.
The guy is, multi-millionaire.
Mm-hmm.
He has a lot of time on his hands, and he has a lot of women throwing themselves at him all the time. I'm not excusing the behavior.
Right.
Because when people are like, I would never do that. And Chuck goes, okay, imagine that you're world famous. Imagine that you have $50 million or $100 million, and you have a lot of time on your hands, and you're walking around, maybe you're in a bar or a restaurant or wherever you are, and some woman comes up and goes, aren't you Tiger Woods? You have all this stuff. You got time, you got money, and what was the other one?
Isolation.
Yeah. And, and
people throw
themselves at him. So now, can you imagine that? The guy's like, well, I would never do that. Chuck goes, you don't know.
Yeah. I think the way it came out too, and remember he crashed his car, and his wife hit him with
something.
His wife hit him with a golf club, which is kind of poetic.
Ironic.
Yeah.
All right. Now the big one, of course, is the Donner Party. That was in 1847. They're rescued from the Sierra Nevada mountains. Man, what a horrible setup this was. So it was on Thanksgiving. The snow began.
On Thanksgiving, it began snowing again.
Well, this guy's got a great voice.
I have not vetted this.
Sunday, November the 29th.
Oh, yeah, here we go.
Still snowing. Now about 3 feet deep.
Oh.
Killed my last oxen today. Monday, November the 30th. Snowing fast.
Yeah, so they're all stuck in there for, they tried to make it, they took sort of this shortcut. They got this route that they paid for, and it turned out to be garbage, and they got stuck there. 87 were of the folks that were traveling. 48 survived. Most of the adults died. A lot of the older ones died. The kids survived. And the hellish story, this is told by Eddie.
When he was well enough to speak, William Eddy told a hellish story.
Yeah.
He spoke of the camp of death and of wandering 18 days more, lost in the deep mountain snows. Of Sarah Fosdick, who had to watch her husband die, then see his heart roasting on a stick.
Okay, that's it. All right. Hey, everybody. How about that? How about that? Oh boy, I didn't expect that to be coming.
I mean, that's why.
Brighten the mood over.
This does not brighten anything.
Okay, sorry.
But that's what makes the story compelling, is the fact that they had to resort to eating
and then they ate their shoes, and then it was like,
they really ate shoes?
Yeah, they ate everything they could. They cooked it, because they ate the leather off the shoes, anything to keep their stomachs full.
Yeah, okay, I guess that makes sense.
If you had a choice, you want to eat Uncle Bob's heart right now out of his chest, or you want to plow through that Converse All-Star?
I guess it wouldn't have occurred to me that there was any nutritional value in shoes.
What? We've got some great stuff on the menu. We've got a Converse All-Star. We have a low top and a high top. And that's done with no sauce.
Any suede?
You know what? Let me check. It's very popular. Yesterday we had a moccasin that people really seem to enjoy.
Oh,
yes, we do have a moccasin.
I'll take it. Thank
you.
you.
We have a moccasin. We've got one left. That's how popular they are.
However the chef wants to prepare it.
And again, if you'd like, I'd like to tempt you with Uncle Bob's heart. Still beating.
Absolutely.
Yum!
Okay, great. Thank you. There we go.
out of zero respect for anybody from the Dahmer party.
It's my aunt and uncle own a cabin at Donner Lake.
Oh, here we go. It's all about your aunt and uncle again.
So I've always been fascinated with this story because there's a museum there about the Donner Party, and they have the area where they were. And yes, it does get very, very snowy there.
Okay, here's some more for your uncle.
Okay.
Even the wind seemed to hold its breath as the suggestion was made that were one to die, the rest might live. Then the suggestion was made that lots be cast, and whoever drew the longest slip should be the sacrifice.
Oh, no. Oh, I remember we talked about this before. And we went around the room determining, if everybody here works at KIRO, who would we want to eat?
So they chose people to die to be food?
I think it's like first you have to die. You get the big stick. If you die, well, let me finish. Hang on.
The slips of paper were prepared.
Oh, I'd be cheating on this, wouldn't you?
And Patrick Dolan.
Oh, Dolan.
Drew the fatal slip.
Oh, Dolan.
No one had the heart to kill him.
Oh. All right, there he kind of wins out on that one.
By the way, my wife has a heel allergy.
Yeah, that would keep you away.
Yeah.
Now, we went around the room last time we did this story, I don't know how many years ago, and we all were coming up with who we'd eat first.
Who'd you settle on?
Well, we got new people in here now because we ate all the rest. I'd go Nate because he seems sort of, there's some flesh to him, not a lot of muscle.
Yeah, and
he's very accommodating, and he would seem like, sure, go ahead and eat me.
He'd definitely volunteer.
Right, Andrew, who would you want to consume?
I don't know. I haven't been given enough time to think about it. I can't just come off. I'm not you. I can't
hope
come
you
off
haven't
that.
been giving it any thought. If you've been like, I've been chewing on this one for the last 3 months, just think about who we'd eat.
Andrew eats well, but he seems like
too bony.
Yeah, too bony. Not enough nutrition.
A lot of grizzle on there. Yeah.
Oof.
I think Nate's soft and mushy.
Yeah. There's a couple board ops, the fill-ins that we have that.
Oh, maybe Wyatt.
Yeah, there's another one too who seems like he's provide much more.
How about James?
Sure. Yeah, James has got some. He's got some meat on him.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right, let's do that. I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll start out with a Nate appetizer.
There we go.
And we'll move on to a James entree.
Okay.
There we go.
Sounds good.
Well, that's dark. Thanks, everybody. Here's Lori off the menu checking traffic. Lori?
So glad I'm off the menu. 2 right lanes still blocked 99 northbound right before the First South Bridge. Backing you up to Holden still, just 1 lane blocked 99 at Des Moines Memorial Drive. Bellevue to Renton right now, a 1-minute slowdown. We still got 2 accidents southbound 405, one at Southeast 8th in the HOV lane, another one at 167, that's in the right lane and on the ramp. 25-minute drive, Bellevue to Seattle, that's on 520. If you take I-90, it's going to just take you 12 minutes. Seattle to Everett, 52 minutes, and Bellevue to Linwood, that's going to take you about a half an hour. I'm Lori, KIRO Real-Time Traffic.
This is what it's all about, right?
The Seahawks win Super Bowl 60.
The pure joy.
To beat the Patriots, especially in the 49ers stadium, it means everything.
It's a great time to be alive for Seattle fans.
It's why we're 12s.
Just like Mike McDonald said, we did not care.
We got a parade to get to.
Seattle will hold a victory parade Wednesday.
We are the home of your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
They are bringing the Lombardi back to the Northwest.
KIRO News Radio.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Couponing. Wow, you didn't strike me as the coupon type.
Just trying to stay ahead of inflation. Gas, groceries, everything. It's all more expensive. I need to save wherever I can.
Have you tried Upside yet?
Upside? What's that?
It's a free app that I use that pays cash back for every gallon of gas I buy. You've got to buy gas to get around anyway. Might as well get paid for it.
Come on, does that really add up to anything?
I've already made around $200. The extra cash helped pay down my bills, and I even had a little extra left to treat myself.
And the Upside app is free?
Totally free, and the cash back is real. You can transfer the cash right to your bank account.
I'm downloading Upside right now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code ENJOY to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code ENJOY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code ENJOY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Gold demand is skyrocketing to record highs. As more Americans rush to preserve their savings, will there be enough gold? I'm Dr. Ron Paul, and I believe physical gold is the only way to truly protect your 401k or IRA savings. Gold offers tangible security that can't be tracked, stolen, or inflated. That's why I strongly advocate for gold IRAs. To learn more, text the word SECURE to 989898 now. Birch Gold Group will send you a free info kit on gold IRAs. Birch Gold is the only gold company I trust, and their thousands of great reviews prove I'm not alone. So don't wait another second. Protect your retirement savings today and see how easy it is to move your IRA or 401k into physical precious metals. Text SECURE to the number 989898 for your free gold IRA info kit. Again, SECURE to 989898.
Message and data rates may apply.
At Les Schwab, we've been changing the tire game for more than 70 years. We design our own exclusive tires to give you more tires made for the roads you drive, less compromise. All backed by America's best tire warranty included in every tire we sell. It's more unbeatable tire warranty, less charging you extra, like the other guys. It's all about you getting more from less. Stop by or book an appointment at leschwab.com.
Why does it matter to members that Aetna was named a Best Medicare Advantage company by U.S. News & World Report? Because they chose a plan that gives them real support, real people, and real care. We show up on calls with members and doctors' offices when needed. We show up with access to convenient care options and coverage that fits everyday life. We don't show up for awards. We show up for you. And showing up for you is how healthier happens together.
Hi, I'm Justin Shirley. We offer 0 down, 0 interest, and 0 payments for 24 months on new roofs. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF now. State Roofing and Exteriors, held to a higher standard since 1968.
Thanks for calling CM Heating.
Aren't you the company that gives away free furnaces?
That's us. Buy a qualifying high-efficiency cooling system and the furnace is free.
Wow.
Yeah, and our home comfort advisors are tax credit and rebate specialists, so they'll handle the rebate for you.
Go to CM Heating for better comfort, lower bills, and a free furnace you'll love for years. Get your free estimate for furnace replacement at cmheating.com. And remember, for furnaces, fireplaces, hot water, and total home comfort, including electrical,
there's no beating CM Heating.
Muckleshoot Casino Resort text line is your way to get right involved in the show. Thanks for everybody for sending in your comments and constructive criticism we can all grow from. 1-888-973-5476. All right, so the Suns owner is on tanking. So the idea is that you get NBA teams, they want to have a crappy season. If they know they're going to be, doing really poorly, they want to be able to get first round draft picks. They want to be able to sort of build the team back up again. So sometimes they'll throw games or just not try as hard as they possibly can. Or the athlete's like, yeah, I'm not going to show up. I'm not going to play. So it causes a bunch of problems. The NBA commissioner, Adam Silver, was upset with the teams. And he says, don't do this. As teams tanking get higher odds in talent stack. So I got all that. Right?
Yep, you're pretty good. Yep,
okay,
so
got
far.
it set up. Okay.
The competition committee started earlier this year re-examining the whole approach to how the draft.
This is a guy whose face does not match his voice. Just thought I'd share that.
Lottery works, and ultimately any changes will require a vote of the Board of Governors, so it then will need to go in front of the board. But there have been lots of different ideas out there over the years, not just necessarily changing the draft lottery odds yet once again, but looking at whether there's a better system here to try to align incentives. I think the point about this year, when you look at totality of the circumstances, I mean,
I'm lost.
Of course, I'm paying attention to what's happening, and the perception is you have a very deep draft class this year. A perception, who knows whether this will be the reality, that the next 2 years draft classes aren't as good. There's no doubt that's affecting the behavior of our teams. But at the end of the day, I think there needs to. I think all the teams.
Okay, I'm done.
Let me help you. So tanking has been going on for decades.
Yes.
Like you illustrated, if they get to All-Star break and they have no chance of making the playoffs, all right, we're going to lose as many games as possible to get the highest number of little ping pong balls in the old draft lottery machine.
Yes, got it.
It was odd that Commissioner Silver came out so hard again, and this is him. Reporters are asking him, "Hey, why are you like screaming at owners about tanking all of a sudden? This has been going on forever.
years,
There's no plans to change the way that the draft.
There's no
works.
rules about it.
No, there's no
you
rules.
Can't prove that somebody's doing
and
it. Okay.
Of course, fans hate it because if you go to see a good, particular player on a particular night and he's not playing because you're tanking, then you feel like you wasted your money. But what has come out in the last couple of days is...
here we go.
Yes.
Here we go.
The reason...
we're out of time. Let's go to Lori with traffic. Kidding.
The reason Commissioner Silver is so upset is because of the advertising dollars that have been injected into the sport via sports gambling websites. So, ESPN Bet and Draft, there's and you cannot see any sports coverage or any sports game that isn't plastered with gambling sites and gambling apps. So the gambling site owners came to him and say, "Hey, we got a big problem. Not only we've got millions of dollars that we're losing on teams not making the spread, on players they're not playing, they're not making their over-under on points scored, and all the other prop bets that you can make on any games in real time." So their biggest advertiser, which is a relatively new advertiser and has essentially injected hundreds of millions of dollars into the league, it has a big problem. They're losing money hand over fist when these teams start stinking.
So just quickly, let's say one team's playing another team. There's a bet going to be placed, but then the team B decides they're going to throw it.
Yeah.
And then how does that upset the betting system?
Okay, so before the game happens, the odds makers,
Sixers taking on
Sixers by 10 or Sixers by 5.
All right.
So that's the spread going into the game. Well, all of a sudden the game starts. People have already placed their bets saying, okay, yeah, the Sixers are going to win, but only by 2 or whatever. They're betting the over or under before the game starts, and then the game starts and the coach isn't playing half of their best players, and it's got all the rookies out there and the bench players, and they're not going to get anywhere near the spread, let alone win the game.
Well, why wouldn't that be included into sort of the equation when doing the betting, knowing that this team's not doing well, pretty good chance
because you have no idea whether they're going to tank that particular game or not. They're not coming out and saying, well, it's frowned upon, but there's no rule against it. But they don't have to come out and say, oh yeah, they can't come out and say we're going to try to lose this game because we're tanking for the draft lottery. So there's no. I
see. So the metrics going into the game, they're looking at these 6 players, these 7 players against these 7 players,
exactly.
And if everything stays equal, they're more likely to win by 4 points or something.
Yeah, but all of a sudden they come out when nobody's playing. That
you add the other factor in there of tank.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they've lost.
Oh, so you believe, and do other people back this up as well?
100%.
Okay, that now because there's so much money in the NBA from all this legalized gambling, you got Silver saying we got to crack down on this.
Yeah, we're literally gonna change the way that the draft works, and there's a few ideas out there that are pretty decent, but this is a major overhaul of a system that's been in place for 50, 60
however
years.
The problem was solved, and whoever tried to create the solution for it's better for everybody.
I think so. Yeah,
you just don't like the fact that the fingerprints are from the betting industry is involved.
I personally don't care. I mean, it is what it is. If you have a gambling problem,
you have to care. It's a story that we've just done on the radio.
Well, I don't care about the gambling factor. What I don't like is the fact that he's lying about it and saying, "Oh, it's about the fans and it's about the integrity of the sport," which is complete BS. He didn't care about that 2 years ago.
Yeah, whenever they say it's about the fans, you know it's not about the fans.
Exactly.
All right.
Now you know the rest of the story.
Yeah, you do. All right. Lori checks traffic now. Well, there we go. Ready?
10 minutes, Auburn to Renton, 405 southbound. We still have a collision at Southeast 8th in the HOV lane. You're backed up to about 520. Now, 405 southbound at 167, that accident has cleared. Bellevue to Seattle on 520 is going to take you 25 minutes right now. Just 12 minutes, though, if you take I-90. 99 northbound, of course, all day. We've had those 2 right lanes blocked, still blocked. 2 minutes slowdown, Seattle to Linwood. Bellevue to Everett is 47 minutes, and looks like a 1 minute delay Federal Way to Tacoma. I'm Lori, KIRO Real-Time Traffic.
Man, can Seattle and the 12s throw a party or what?
They're thinking there could be up to 1 million 12s for this parade.
We're the best in the world!
Me and so many others remember taking my kid to the parade 12 years ago. And now another generation gets to share that.
Home of your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
Hey, we not done. We coming back next year.
KIRO News Radio.
Comcast Business helps turn today's small businesses into engines of modern business. It's how restaurants become reliably up and running neighborhood favorites. How retailers become seamlessly restocking, cyber-securing, must-visit shops. And how healthcare offices become the data managing caregivers that we all depend on. With reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, advanced fiber solutions, and Wi-Fi backup, Comcast Business is powering the engine of modern business. Powering possibilities.
Now through March 22nd, switch to Comcast Business and get started with 150 megabit internet plus Security Edge for $59.99 a month for 12 months with a 2-year agreement. Or ask how to lock in your rate for 5 years on a qualifying internet bundle and get a $500 prepaid card when you add 2 lines of mobile. For a limited time only. Call today. Restrictions apply. New customers only. Requires paperless billing and automatic payments with bank account. Equipment, taxes, and other fees extra. After promo, regular rates apply.
Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 877 Cars for Kids to reach your friendly live agent. Donation's super easy and your car can be picked up by tomorrow. Call now or go to carsforkids.org.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Do you worry about how much someone drinks?
Do you feel angry or depressed most of the time? Do you feel neglected or unloved?
Do you feel you attract people who tend to be compulsive or abusive?
Do you have money problems because of someone else's drinking?
Are you afraid or embarrassed to bring your friends home?
Do you feel that if the drinker loved you, she or he would stop drinking?
If you answered yes to any of these questions, you are not alone.
More than half of all adults have a family history of alcoholism.
Not everyone trapped by alcohol is an alcoholic.
Families and friends are suffering too. Al-Anon and Alateen can help. Call 1-866-200-0223 or visit alanon.org/help.
Eric Johnson here. I spent the past 30 years working to help make our community better informed, better protected when it comes to consumer issues, and better equipped to take on whatever life throws at us. That's why I love the free Washington Accident book series from Davis Law Group. These books keep us better informed about the law, better able to protect ourselves on and off the road, and better off when all is said and done after an accident. Chris Davis didn't have to write these books. He did it because he saw a need. People who were in accidents or other legal situations didn't know what to do, what pictures to take, documents to request. Only a tiny fraction of the people who get these 3 books will ever become clients of Davis Law Group, but that's not the point. Chris wrote them because it was the right thing to do. The free Washington Accident book series is a must-have for drivers who want to be prepared for whatever the road might throw at them. Get yours at WashingtonAccidentBooks.com.
For almost 50 years, over 90,000 homeowners have trusted Home Comfort Alliance, including me, John Curley here. If comfort and energy savings matter to you, now is the time. Save up to $2,000 on a new Lennox heating and cooling system. Home Comfort Alliance will replace your system with one tailored to your home's layout and energy optimization. Visit HomeComfortAlliance.com to save up to $2,000 on a Lennox and schedule a free consultation. For heating, cooling, plumbing, or electrical, call the Comfort People. Home Comfort Alliance. Man,
can Seattle and the 12s throw a party or what?
They're thinking there could be up to 1 million 12s for this parade.
We're the best in the world! You hear me?
Me and so many others remember taking my kid to the parade 12 years ago. And now another generation gets to share that.
Home of your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
Hey, we not done. We coming back next year.
KIRO News Radio.
Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. They've helped thousands of men since 2011 feel and perform better. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
From posters and presentations to labels and loyalty cards, Staples has all the print to boost your brand. Shop now in-store and online. Staples. That was easy.
We're the home of your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
They are bringing the Lombardi back to the Northwest.
KIRO FM and HD1 Tacoma, Seattle.
This is CBS News on the Hour, your home for original reporting.
I'm Jennifer Kuiper. An unprecedented arrest overseas earlier today as Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, the younger brother of King Charles, was questioned on suspicion of misconduct in public office connected to late sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. CBS's Imtiaz Tayeb says the investigation is ongoing.
He has since been released. We've seen that image of Andrew, formerly Prince Andrew, released from police custody. That doesn't mean he's a free man. He can be arrested again at any time, and that investigation continues.
Andrew has previously denied any wrongdoing. The United States wins its third Olympic gold medal in women's hockey, beating Canada 2-1 at the Winter Olympics. CBS's Kelly O'Grady reports from Milan.
In sudden death overtime, the U.S. women were able to pull it out. They cheered, they screamed, the crowd went wild, and Free Bird played. Free Bird, of course, being the song that plays whenever a U.S. hockey team at this Olympics scores a goal. So a golden night for Team USA, and adding another gold in this major rivalry against Canada. Kelly O'Grady, CBS News, Milan.
Also, Alyssa Liu has won Olympic gold for the U.S. in women's figure skating, ending a 24-year Olympic drought. President Trump ramps up pressure on Iran to reach a nuclear deal, saying he'll decide in 10 days whether to strike that country.
They're tired. They want peace. And now is the time for Iran to join us on a path that will complete what we're doing. And if they join us, that'll be great. If they don't join us, that'll be great too. But it'll be a very different path.
Scores of U.S. warplanes join an armada headed to the region. Sources tell CBS News that the FBI has been in touch with the Mexican government as it investigates the disappearance of Savannah Guthrie's mother, who disappeared from her Tucson home on February 1st. CBS's Anna Schechter says so far there appears to be no clear direction in the search for 84-year-old Nancy Guthrie.
This is a very challenging position for law enforcement to be in 19 days into the investigation. There appears to be no significant lead that they are working.
New data by the National Center for Health Statistics shows that first trimester prenatal care has been declining. In 2021, 78% of mothers started care in the first trimester, but by 2024, it was down to 76%. CBS News medical contributor Dr. Celine Gounder.
Late or no prenatal care increased in 36 states and D.C. In states like Florida, Georgia, Hawaii, New Mexico, Texas, and D.C., more than 1 in 10 mothers had late or no care in 2024.
This is CBS News.
I want to know what's going on in the world.
I'm Tony.
There are big questions that all of us are asking. I want to get you the answers.
How are you?
I'm Tony DeCopel. Join me on the CBS Evening News.
We have breaking news involving a man with a gun near Green Lake. Details coming right up, but first a quick look at traffic at the real-time traffic desk. Here's Lori.
Traffic is brought to you by KIRO Newsradio App. 405 southbound at Southeast 8th. We still have a collision in the HOV lane. You're backed up to 520. Bellevue to Seattle on 520 is now 25 minutes. If you take I-90, just 12 minutes. Okay, we still have the 99 northbound with 2 right lanes blocked. Westbound 18 at I-90, an accident in the left lane. And northbound I-5 at 167, we have a new collision. That's in the right lane and the ramp, making a 1-minute delay Tacoma to Federal Way. Text app to 888-973-5476 to download the KIRO Newsradio app. Listen to your favorite shows and get the latest news and updates that's sent straight to your phone. I'm Lori, KIRO Real-Time Traffic.
KIRO News Radio, breaking news.
Good afternoon. I'm Nate Connors. A man is barricaded inside a Seattle supportive housing complex after allegedly holding a staff member at gunpoint. Police say the worker escaped unharmed from the apartment near 86th and Aurora Avenue North, but now the man with the gun is holed up in his unit.
And that's why we have a large police presence there, maintaining a security perimeter, as well as our negotiation team. These are trained expert negotiators that will essentially work towards a peaceful resolution and getting this man into custody.
We have a reporter on the way. For the past 15 years, the state of Washington has ranked last in the country in the number of law officers per capita, and those numbers are getting worse. KIRO News Radio's James Lynch has more.
Washington had a net increase of 68 officers statewide from 2024 to 2025, but those increases were offset by increases in our population, pushing the ratio to just 1.37 officers per 1,000 residents. That, according to the Washington Association of Sheriffs and Police Chiefs. Steve Schran is executive director.
At the end of the day, we're just seeing more people leaving and retiring than we are seeing coming in.
James Lynch, KIRO News Radio.
About 20 people were checked for possible fentanyl exposure late this morning at the Snohomish County Courthouse.
The fentanyl residue that was opened up during a trial.
Rachel Doniger with the Everett Fire Department says the trial was in a second-floor courtroom. That courtroom was closed and the people moved to the fourth floor to be checked out. No one appeared to be showing any symptoms. A prominent owner of another Seattle sports franchise is squashing rumors that a new owner of the Seahawks might move them. KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey has more.
Tim Lewicki, part owner of the Seattle Kraken, laughed at the rumor on 710 Seattle Sports.
There is no possibility. The family has left this team in brilliant shape, and they did it in partnership with the citizens.
The Seahawks have 6 years remaining on their lease with the owners of Lumen Field, the owners being the taxpayers of Washington State. The team officially went on the market Wednesday, less than 2 weeks after winning Super Bowl 60. Luke Ducey, KIRO News Radio.
And now a weather update. Increasing clouds heading into the evening with an overnight low of 28. Friday will start off cloudy, turning into partly sunny skies in the afternoon, 45 tomorrow. Right now it's sunny and 41 in downtown Seattle. I'm Nate Connors, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
You attract what you are, not what you want. Okay. Just listen to this before bed every night. It will reprogram your subconscious mind with the vibration of your desires.
Heat waves, earthquakes.
Before I dive in, isn't it ironic? You got a courthouse there, Snohomish Courthouse, and fentanyl, I don't know how much was there, but they moved them from one floor to another because they were concerned for their safety. Take a home, most likely an apartment, have two people in there smoking fentanyl, and according to the state of Washington, well, that little baby's going to be just fine. Ignore the other 92 that have died. But let's move everybody from the courthouse from one floor to another because, there might be some fentanyl nearby. Like, this button thing doesn't work. Hold on.
Oh, my goodness. What?
It's this. That's that thing right there.
What?
There we go. So I can't hear myself.
Oh.
There we are. Now I know what you're doing. All right, let's see. It goes on, Joe. More and more drip with Mr. Epstein's problems, Mr. Epstein's friends. So Prince Andrew, it's the first time since 1649, Prince Charles got himself in a whole bunch of trouble. He didn't want to be dealing with anybody. He would only meet with his wife. He was accused of treason, a bunch of other stuff. Generally, he was just a real grump. People just hated him. So they arrested him. They had him hold for a little while, and then finally, the day, I think it's April or something, January 30th on a cold day, and he said to his subjects, "Get me some warmer clothes because I don't want to appear to be nervous or without courage," as they let him lay down onto the block, and they brought the axe down on his head. That was King Charles back in 1649. Now, when it comes to Epstein and Prince Andrew, CBS has this part of the report.
Absolutely stunning. Massive news here. The arrest of a British royal at about 8 a.m. this morning. British police arrived at the home of Andrew. We understand that involved 6 unmarked cars and 8 plainclothes officers. And this is linked to convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. Not for that, but on suspicion of misconduct while in public office. And that carries a maximum penalty of life in prison.
Photographed on all fours over a female in the Justice Department's most recent release of Jeffrey Epstein's emails, Andrew Mountbatten Windsor was arrested at Sandringham.
Yeah, but that's not why he was arrested. Not for the photos and that stuff, but
the private estate of his brother King Charles, about 3 hours north of London. On suspicion, Andrew, as trade envoy in the 2000s, shared confidential information with Jeffrey Epstein about investment opportunities around the world, including Afghanistan and Hong Kong. In a statement, police confirmed, "We have today arrested a man in his 60s from Norfolk and carrying out searches at 2 addresses. He remains in police custody and will not be named."
Okay, so Prince Andrew's taken not for the stuff that might have happened with young girls. It was because they thought he was exchanging valuable information, and that he'd be charged with, I guess some of the charges would be something like treason, corruption, exchange of vital information there in the UK, right, all that. The problem, or the interesting fact, is that they don't have a statute of limitations for common law there. I mean, this is 15 years ago. So we wouldn't be able to be tried in the United States, but he's going to face it there in the UK. So it could be a problem for him. And by the way, they don't do guilty or not guilty. They do proven or not proven. They said, we're not going to figure out if you're guilty. We just, did you prove or did you not prove? Of course, he's famous. People remember Prince Andrew for the unbelievably uncomfortable interview that he did. How long ago was this? Was this 4 years ago or something?
Yeah, I think so. It was around 2019.
Yeah, he's been asked questions about were you with these people? Here, this one victim says that you were there and you were dancing. And
it was disgusting. He wasn't mean or anything, but he got up and he said thanks and walked out, and I had just been abused by a member of a royal family. So when you talk about these chains, I wasn't chained to a sink, but these powerful people were my chains.
She also described dancing with the prince in a London nightclub.
He is the most hideous dancer I've ever seen in my life. I mean, it was horrible, and this guy was sweating all over me. Like, his sweat was like, it was raining.
There's a slight problem with the sweating.
Here's Prince Andrew.
Because I have a peculiar medical condition, which is that I don't sweat, or I didn't sweat at the time.
Oh, see? You got to catch yourself on that. So at the time, he had a medical condition, which he didn't sweat. But then later on...
Yeah, he got...
to test him on the thing.
Good doctors.
Yeah. When you think about this story... If you peel away all the different layers just momentarily, you think, here are these women, girls at the time, being abused by the most, if all this turns out to be true, or even half true, by some of the most powerful people in the world. Where do you turn, right? If you're having a world leader, a president, whatever, somebody that's a multi-millionaire, billionaire, who do you go to? The police? And what do you think the police are going to say, right?
Well, and not only that, but you're being threatened with death, and according to multiple dozens of witnesses in these files, they saw there were other women or girls that disappeared. They were threatened to be killed, and they never saw them.
It reminds me of the story of the woman, college girl that apparently, and I'm not going to name the person, but she was sexually assaulted. Parentheses, raped by a college football star. She went to the police, and according to her, the chief of police said, this is a such and such town. This town runs on such and such football. If you knew it was good for you, just keep your mouth shut and maybe transfer to another school. And now magnify that out where some horrible thing is happening and one of these disgusting men have done something to you. Like, what do you call the local police? Where's that going to go? So then you get this guy that was the president, he's not anymore, of Victoria's Secret. And he is testifying today. They're deposing him.
Yesterday.
Oh, it was yesterday, right. So he's 88 years old. And when Wexler was asked why he trusted Epstein with his entire $10 billion fortune, his 30-some thousand square foot home on 300 and some acres, or 45,000 square foot home, he gave all the money to Epstein.
I think it was his experience at an industrial level, like working for a big company like Bear Stearns, and then he had done personal work for the Rothschild family in France.
Personal wealth management, essentially?
Well, specifically, I talked to Ellie de Rothschild, and so I mentioned that earlier. So he represented their whole family, so there had been a whole bunch of people. Most of them I never would have met, but I knew Ellie. There were people that called me that either insinuated or said they knew Jeffrey through a financial relationship. And so, I mean, they could have been actors, but in the time, a guy calls me up. I'll give you an example. It's just because I want you to understand this, because it's so confusing to me. He would say, like, I'm providing financial advice to the founders of Google. I'm providing financial advice to Jeff Bezos. I'm providing financial advice for the chief technologist at Google. And wow, I'm in good company, because these are really smart guys with a lot of money.
Oh, so that was it. You do a little name dropping.
So I watched so much. This is a 5.
Yeah, I know. You're really invested in this one. Go ahead.
This is a 5-hour deposition. And at times, for an 88-year-old guy, he is just smart as a whip. When he talks about how he started his business and how he got rich, and there's all these other points in the interview where he's just, you can tell this man is beyond, your average intelligence. And then there's times when he gets uncomfortable and his memory gets foggy, and he like this. Oh yeah, they might have been an actor, and they just called me and told me that they worked for Google and handled all their finances. So that's why I trusted him. Like
So why do you think he trusted him? He gave him the money as a way to keep him quiet, or just it's a down payment on the girls?
Well, so here was part of why that particular statement was significant. His relationship with the Rothschild family, which apparently goes back long before anybody realized prior, like back into late 70s, early 80s, which is completely new. Nobody knew that before this testimony.
Okay. Sure.
This is my job now. This is my job now. Okay.
Sit there working on my part of the show. I look over and Joe's got the headset on.
Keep going.
How about this one? Pull this cut. This is what his lawyer told him.
Oh, yeah. This is yes. So this I saw this on Twitter today, and I thought this is AI. There's no way this is real, but I found it inside the deposition.
Okay, so they're in the deposition. There's a hot mic, and it catches. And I assume you took the bad word out.
I beeped it. Yes.
I hired a lady to be like the house manager.
This is more of Wexler.
Yes.
Who had run the U.S. Embassy in Rome, and said, "Yeah, I know how to do this." And I said, "Well, why don't we keep inventories of stuff?" And she said, "Oh yeah, I could do that." So she did that as kind of a puny example, but I wouldn't have had the idea. But then all the things were inventoried. That wasn't work for me or Jeffrey. It was just regularly done.
Here's the hot mic.
Answer the question. 5 words, okay?
I will
answer the question. Okay.
I will blanking kill you if you answer another question with more than 5 words.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so what have we learned? They have him in there because they're trying to find out the relationship between the two. And what are they trying to pin on him? Just other than the fact that, was he directly involved, and did he sexually abuse? Did he create and provide women?
Yes, they asked. I mean, the theory is that this $10 billion fortune was essentially the building block for everything that Epstein did. He bought islands with this money. He borrowed against it. This was the basically the beginning of his whole operation.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
And that's fact. That's not a question. I mean, Wexler admits to just signing essentially his entire estate over to him. Why? We have no idea. And certainly he didn't answer that when asked if he provided women for Epstein or was provided with women from Epstein. He couldn't answer that, but he said, well, he would come to all of our Victoria's Secret fashion shows. And, that was there. He had no reason to be there. He didn't work in fashion. So did Trump too. He was repeatedly asked, okay, well, it seems like you knew this guy well. Were you friends? And he kept saying, no, we're not friends. He was just my financial manager.
Yeah.
But there's mountains of evidence and witness testimony that they were very close.
Power tends to corrupt, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. Great men are almost always bad men when it comes to the exercise and influence. These assume, again, 80%, 50%, whatever percent you think of all this is true. And what do all of these men have in common, right? You get to a certain place in the world because you're this alpha male, or you have this enormous, unbridled appetite driven by an ego that knows no bounds. And you can buy anything in the world that you want. In fact, it's a bore. Anything, any material thing put before you, well, it's that or this. Like you take in Saudi Arabia, I think it's in Saudi Arabia that every year they auction off the license plates. Because everybody's got Ferraris and Lamborghinis and name it. But you got to get the license plate that has the number 1 on it. Because that's the one. Because anybody can get a number 2, number 3, number 4. But the number 1, you buy that one. They auction it off, and it goes for millions and millions and millions of dollars because your Ferrari is no different from anybody else's Ferrari unless you got the number 1 license plate on there. Right? It's a game. And in this case, you had those type of people that could buy anything in the world, and what they wanted to buy was the thing that no one else was allowed to buy, the taboo of it, the utter destruction of a human being, and the younger, the higher the value. And it's a twisted mindset where once you hear that, well, so-and-so did it, oh, well, that person is of the same status that I am, and they have the same, a bit to lose. It's like when guys jump out of airplanes and they jump out at whatever the 6,000 feet or wherever they are, or 10,000, 20, 15,000, whatever the normal jump is. Then it becomes who can pull the cord the last, right? Because you're constantly upping the ante on the thrill of it all. So here you are, men that could buy anything in the world, want something, something's offered to them. They think at first there's a taboo, a thin piece of penetrable a glass that could be penetrated with a tap. And when the person says, well, whatchamacallit just did this a couple of weeks ago, then immediately that's the entree for that individual to go right through that sort of social taboo glass, and then they're in it. And once they're in it, then it becomes, well, what else is on the menu? 17-year-old, 14-year-old, 12-year-old? I mean, to get into that mindset, it's a dark place. But there's something about certain people that have reached a pinnacle in their quote-unquote career or status that, again, want to be able to consume something that nobody else can. Yeah. And that's where you get. And
unfortunately, that's kind of the tip of the iceberg with this story, because where it gets even more disturbing is when those actions become marketable currency. I can sell you the control over this person for ungodly
amounts. That's for him. Yeah. For Epstein, that's the byproduct of satisfying somebody else's.
Exactly.
It's the same thing like a drug dealer, right? You get the first taste for free, you come back, now you're hooked, then you keep coming back to the guy.
That's right.
Yeah. But this kind of, we've never heard of this because we never had all the emails, text messages, and video. But this sort of debauchery has been going on for years and years and
hundreds of
centuries.
Years, yeah.
But now here it all is, and until they come up with some big, exploding headline, people are like, move on to something else.
I don't think so.
Well, then luckily they got you, Joe, to plow through 5 hours of depositions. All right, here's Lori checking traffic. Lori.
Traffic is brought to you by Seattle Sports. Seattle to Linwood right now, 42-minute commute. Bellevue to Everett, just under an hour. That's 50 minutes. Nate's going to update you on the northbound 99 situation. It could go on for a while. 2 right lanes currently blocked northbound 99 near the First South Bridge. Westbound 18 at I-90, an accident in the left lane. Northbound I-5 at 167, you've got an accident that just cleared, but you're still backed up all the way to the T-Dome. Southbound I-5 slows from 18 to 512, making it about a 2-minute slowdown. Getting from Federal Way to Tacoma. You can always listen to your favorite local sports content on the FM dial on 97.3 HD2. I'm Lori, KIRO Real-Time Traffic.
Your tax return is one of the most important financial documents you can produce each year. Have you ever looked at it and wondered, what else can I do to minimize my taxes? John Curley here to tell you about Madrona Financial 1040 Treasure Hunt Workshop. Love this idea. It's a hands-on tax planning workshop that helps you use the 1040 tax return to uncover tax reduction strategies, avoid future tax surprises, and to plan ahead with confidence. Once you know what to look for, you can make even smarter moves next year and beyond. So this is the 1040 Treasure Hunt Workshop. It's going to be at 6 p.m. That's on March 3rd, Madrona Financial's office there in Kirkland. It's free. It's a hands-on event. It's going to expose you to all the ways to pass less in taxes, to pay less in taxes, and to plan for the future. If you want fewer surprises and more control, this workshop is a great place to start. It's on the 3rd of March at 6 p.m. Now, seats fill up fast for this, as they always do whenever Madrona is offering this type of information. You want to RSVP, call 833-673-7373. That's 833-673-7373. This is a paid advertisement. Investments involve risk. See full disclosure at madronafinancial.com.
G and Ursula, 9 to noon on the home of your Super Bowl champion Seahawks. KIRO News Radio.
A sea of green and blue in downtown Seattle. I'm hoping, G, you can hear us.
I can hear you.
We want to take it all in right along with you. You have a very special vantage point. Gee, what's going on?
They had another big dude trying to get on here with me and DJ Roscoe. You can't have 3 big dudes in the back of this Tundra.
Subscribe to the KIRO News Radio YouTube channel and watch live.
LifeLock, how can I help?
The IRS said I filed my return,
but I haven't.
1 in 4 tax-paying Americans has paid the price of identity fraud.
What do I do?
My refund, though.
I'm freaking out.
Don't worry, I can fix this.
LifeLock fixes identity theft guaranteed and gets your money back with up to $3 million in coverage.
I'm so relieved.
No problem. I'll be with you every step of the way.
1 in 4 was a fraud-paying American. Not anymore. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
There's no championship league for small business owners, but if there was, you'd be at the top of the standings. Because going pro with Lenovo Pro means you've got the winning formation, one-on-one advice, IT solutions, and customized hardware powered by Intel Core Ultra processors help you stay ahead of the competition. Business goes pro with Lenovo Pro. Sign up for free at Lenovo.com/pro.
Lenovo. The team that gave me back my full head of hair, Advanced Hair, is once again the winner of the 425 Business of the Year. Dr. Perungo and his world-class team begin regrowing your own natural hair the very next day. And Advanced Hair guarantees your new hair will grow, just like they did for me. Find out why Advanced Hair is the best of the best. With your free consultation, you'll receive $250 off and 250 free hair grafts. 425-449-8185 or advancedhair.com.
Adrian here from Lake Washington Windows and Doors. Winter might seem like an odd time to replace your windows, but now is when you get the best deals. Our Leak Armor installation team will keep your home warm and dry while installing beautiful, new energy-efficient windows. You'll feel the difference right away. Quieter rooms, lower energy bills, and a more comfortable home.
Visit Lake Washington Windows and Doors at the home shows to get 20% off, plus 12 months same as cash financing. Or go to lakewashingtonwindows.com.
Remember that time we were driving through France and for some reason we didn't have GPS?
Oh, for some reason? That reason would be that you didn't plug your phone in because you didn't have a charger.
Yeah, because I let you borrow my phone so you could call your mother, and you're on the phone for like 30 minutes telling her where we are. But that aside, we didn't know where we were going. We did fight a little bit because we didn't know where we were going. I think that Longevity Medical Clinic is like the GPS for us. They tell us which turns to make. They tell us which directions to go, right?
They do. And now I feel like the two of us together have a clear path and we have more control over our own health care.
Right, exactly. So you don't have to get out of the car and try to find information somewhere. It's all right there. As you're aging, all the little sort of turns you have to make in order to be able to have lots of energy and to enjoy your life. So for as far as I'm concerned, Longevity Medical Clinic is our GPS. Do what Nick and I have done. Take a free health analysis at lmclinic.com. That's lmclinic.com.
As a social influencer, my days can be busy. 4 a.m., I hit the gym. 4:32, protein smoothie. 5:08, save time and money bundling my home and auto insurance with Progressive. Wait, if I bundle and save time, what would I do then? Just sit here and reflect? Like, why am I qualified to influence anyone? And how those weights are hollow? And half of my followers are bots.
You could save time and money bundling your home and auto when you switch to Progressive. It's one less thing to worry about during your already busy day. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
This is the story of the one. As an HVAC technician, he and his digital multimeter are in high demand. So when a noisy office HVAC turns out to be a failing blower motor, he doesn't break a sweat. With Grainger's easy-to-use website and product information, he selects the product he needs to keep everything humming right along. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Nate Connors. We are following breaking news this hour where a police standoff appears to be winding down in North Seattle. KIRO News Radio's James Lynch reports live from the scene. What are you seeing, James?
Yeah, Nate, this all started early this morning when police got a 911 call at the Burbridge Place Supportive Housing Complex. That's near 85th and Aurora Avenue North. There, a 35-year-old male resident allegedly threatened a staff member with a gun, pushed them into his apartment, and briefly held them against their will before that staff member escaped unharmed. The suspect then barricaded himself inside his apartment, prompting a large police presence, including a negotiation team working toward a peaceful surrender. That surrender came just now within the last half hour. SPD Detective Eric Munoz tells us how this all started.
The staff member was pushed and shoved inside of the subject's apartment, but they were able to get out.
So now that surrender did come within the last half hour. The motive remains unknown and no significant traffic disruption on Aurora Avenue were reported at the time. Reporting live in North Seattle, James Lynch, KIRO News Radio.
Thank you, James. An arsonist did about $60,000 of damage at a South Lake Union apartment building Wednesday night.
The fire broke out in a hallway on the 5th floor of a 6-story building near 8th Avenue and Thomas Street. Some people stayed in their units until firefighters put out the flames. Seattle police say somebody used a lighter and gasoline to set the fire. No one was hurt. Frank Lindsay, KIRO News Radio.
Police did identify a suspect, but so far have not made that arrest. A bill to allow privately owned labs to examine evidence in DUI cases and reduce a months-long backlog is a step closer to becoming law. KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey has more on this controversy.
Seattle City Attorney Erica Evans, who supports the bill, told House committee members Thursday, for DUIs, it currently takes more than a year to get lab results back.
We have multiple cases in my office that someone gets a second and third DUI in the meantime as we delay justice.
Opponents of the bill say private labs could create a bidding war between rich and poor counties and require every technician who handles a sample, even from across the country, to be flown in to testify in cases. Luke Ducey, KIRO News Radio.
Well, the state ferry system has become so unreliable lately that a state representative wants to bring back the mosquito fleet of Puget Sound's past. Representative Greg Nance wants to allow ports, cities, counties, tribes, and private groups the ability to start their own passenger-only service to provide more reliable trips across the water.
Is all about getting folks back to work, back to school, back to the doctor by empowering local ports, counties, and public transit benefit districts to provide passenger ferry service to better connect folks around the Sound.
His bill would allow services beyond Puget Sound, including lakes, rivers, and even the ocean. It has passed the House and is waiting a hearing in the Senate. Well, WashDOT says the First Avenue South Bridge remains open, but 2 northbound lanes are closed after inspectors spotted issues with the steel deck. This is WashDOT's R.B. McKeon.
As bridge engineers
continue to make their assessment, we'll develop a repair plan. So those lanes that are closed will be closed until further notice.
WashDOT hopes to know more by March 6th. The bridge last saw major repairs in 2020. And speaking of the commute, let's head to that real-time traffic desk and get an update from Lori.
Traffic is brought to you by the Emerald Queen Casino. Seattle to Everett, 51 minutes, but Bellevue to Everett, just 50 minutes. And of course, Nate told you about the northbound 99 bridge, 2 right lanes. We don't like hearing until further notice. Westbound 18 at I-90, an accident in the left lane. And southbound I-5, pretty slow from 18 to 512, making about a 2-minute slowdown Federal Way to Tacoma. Get ready for a night of hard-hitting MMA excitement with the WFC 190, April 25th at Emerald Queen Casino. Emerald Queen Casino, the entertainment capital of the Northwest. I'm Lori, KIRO Real-Time Traffic.
And now your weather, increasing clouds. Overnight will dip to 28. Friday starts off cloudy, turning partly sunny and 45. Mostly cloudy and 41 in downtown. I'm Nate Connors, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
A machine at UW could be the key to finding proof of alien life. From outer space to right here in Western Washington, KIRO 7 News takes you to the front lines of the search. The clues from the past and the tools of the future are being used right now to prove that we're not alone. Watch tonight at 5:30 only on KIRO 7 TV.
Camera on me while Joe's reading. I like Lori's mic open too. I like that. What's that? Why is it not on Joe?
Because Joe doesn't like being on camera.
Oh, okay. All right. Well said, well read. Bucky's Auto Service Centers. There's 16 locations. Been around for 50 years. They took out of Bucky's Auto Service Centers. Mosquito fleet might come back. You know where that term comes from?
No.
So there was so many different ways to be able to cross Puget Sound, head across Sound, go to Tacoma, wherever you want to go. That somebody goes, I'm going to go to Tacoma this weekend. Which boat are you going to get on? There were so many boats. So many boats that was described. It looked like a swarm of mosquitoes skating on the pond. Several competing companies put on many ships that would be out there on the water, so you could get on that one or this one or that one. I think the Virginia 5 was the last one to sort of go. So wouldn't that be crazy if all of a sudden the private sector came in and actually provided transportation for people on the water? Shocking!
I'm sure that would be illegal.
Why?
Because they make everything illegal.
Come on now, Joe.
What about the lost revenue from the ferry system? Depend on that.
Well, this could be. Nate just had the story that they were thinking about letting them do it. I saw Brandy Cruz. Somebody took a picture of Brandy. She was on a ferry the other day, and there were No Kings, a big No Kings poster up on. Did you see that story?
I did. Well, yeah, I saw the picture.
And then they took it down so we can, I mean, that's just brazen. But wouldn't that be kind of fun if all of a sudden you had private companies out there going, I'll take you across. I'll take you across.
I'm not sure how lucrative it would be, but
why?
Learn some economics.
Did you like when the government regulated airfare and air travel?
No, listen, I'm for it. I just don't know. I know I got a couple friends with boats, and the cost of fueling boats is very high, and the amount of people that you would need.
Make it up on the booze.
All right.
Okay. I like your old man, unfiltered Lucky Strike cough you got going on.
I'm working. At least I can kind of laugh now without hacking.
I want to give myself some more of those lottery tickets.
I don't smoke with it. Cigarettes.
Okay, thank you for sharing. I didn't need you to set that up. All right, so President Trump is apparently upset with former President Obama. He said, he's making these comments about these aliens, and it's not good. And here's the first one. So is this what Obama set the...
Yes.
Yeah, so here we go. Hang on. Hold on. So I turned the button off because I didn't want Andrew to play.
Are aliens real?
They're real, but I haven't seen them, and they're not being kept in, what is it?
Area 51?
Area 51. There's no underground facility unless there's this enormous conspiracy, and they hid it from the President of the United States.
Okay, so he starts out with, they are real. Right? Yes, they are real. But we don't know if they're not in studio. They're not in Studio 54. I'd still be there. All right. So then Trump was asked about it. This is nice, lighthearted stuff. Sure. All right. So the president responds.
Obama said that aliens are real.
Is that Ducey? That must be Ducey asking that question.
Have you seen any evidence of non-human visitors to Earth?
Well, he gave classified information. He's not supposed to be doing that. You know?
So aliens are real?
Well, I don't know if they're real or not. I can tell you he gave classified information. He's not supposed to be doing that.
The president is such a stickler for rules.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
He's like, yeah, you get that. Hey, that's classified.
He didn't pay for that.
Well, he made a big mistake. He took it out of classified information. No, I don't have an opinion on it. I never talk about it. A lot of people do. A lot of people believe it. Do you believe it, Peter?
Well, the president can declassify anything that he wants to. So if you want to make an announcement,
I may get him out of trouble by declassifying.
Yeah, but he said, the president said, Trump said, I think a year ago, that he was going to release all this stuff. We were going to get all that information.
Correct. And even as recently, I think as yesterday, Laura Trump, his one of his son's one of his son's wives, said that he has a complete disclosure speech prepared.
On the aliens.
Yes, on extraterrestrial life and what contact we've had with them. And
any word when that's all coming out?
I'm sure when the next big Epstein bombshell drops, it'll be right then.
I've said this before, and I'll say it again. This would be the best thing for the world if we had aliens and they came out and they, I don't know. They just, hey, who wants to get probed, right?
Yeah.
Who doesn't want to get probed? Or here's how we make stuff fly around. Or, we like Quisp and Quake, two different types of cereal. Just something. It would bring everybody together. And then we could compete against them in the Olympics. They could be involved in different things. It would be just take everybody's mind off a whole bunch of other stuff. And the world would unite around it. And either they would be our buddies, because they go one way or the other.
Yep.
Either they would be our friends, and they'd show us cool stuff.
Yep.
Like, here's how you probe somebody.
That's right.
Or they would say, look out, we're coming for you.
And we have a common enemy.
Yeah, then we're all united.
That's right.
Either it's a win-win. It's a win-win all around.
Are you going in the...
I'm anti-probe.
You're anti-probe.
Write that down.
You're missing out. Just saying.
But I remember seeing a statistic.
Don't knock it till you
the
try
number
it.
of people that believe they've been abducted by aliens and then also in probed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What kind of
lines
number?
are wide open west in the Mississippi.
Isn't it funny though?
First time caller line 1-888-973-5476.
Can you pull back up the KIRO read, Andrew? What a coincidence that our UFO disclosure story happens to be at the KIRO read of a machine at UW could be the key to finding alien life. From outer space to right here in Western Washington, KIRO 7 takes you to the front lines of the search. The clues from the past and the tools of the future being used right now to prove we are not alone. Watch tonight only at 5:30 only on KIRO 7 News.
They must be in ratings, so they still do that. Say they have been probed. It's quite a large number. Probed.
I'm telling you. It wouldn't be so large if people didn't enjoy
A 1992 survey suggests that 1 in 50 adults, approximately 2% of the United States, fear they've been taken against their will and potentially experience alien abductions. Often described as probed, the phenomenon is widely discussed in the early 1990s. That's the data. This is information from the 1990s, but our next guest is an author with an English accent who's written a book no one's going to read, but he'll talk to us for 4.5 hours straight. And then we'll take long commercials. This is Coast to Coast. So, 2% of Americans. All right, here comes Lori checking traffic. Gee whiz.
Northbound I-5 at 175th. We have 2 left lanes blocked. Actually, it's for maintenance. They're doing maintenance during your afternoon commute. Seattle to Everett, 51 minutes. Bellevue to Everett, 50 minutes. Northbound 99, 2 right lanes, still closed until further notice. An hour now, Seattle to Tacoma. Renton to Kent, pretty slow on 167, and then continue slow from Algona all the way to Puyallup. I'm Lori, KIRO Real-Time Traffic.
Thank you for the update there, Andrew. Much appreciated. Yeah, okay. There we go. You know, if you have got some problems with your ankle, your shoulder, your wrist, your knee, whatever it is, and you're thinking, well, I guess I should probably go get an operation. I got to tell you, I've been talking to a bunch of patients from Dr. Mark Wagner. I talked to one guy, bad shoulder, and he was like an international ping pong star. And he said, yeah, I was looking at, and I found out I had to talk to the doctor about a 15% chance that I'm going to get full mobility back. He said, I can't take that risk. I talked to other people that enjoy skiing, and they said, well, I'll get the knees done probably with rehab, and there'll be additional problems. So everyone that I spoke to that was a patient of Dr. Mark Wagner had one more amazing story about how their ankle, their wrist, shoulder, knee, whatever it was that was bothering them, they went to Dr. Mark Wagner with that 90-minute outpatient procedure, stem cells, and he's done 20,000 of them, and they all had amazing stories to tell. So if you're facing the surgeon's knife and you've got a bad, again, bone on bone, knees and shoulders, elbows. For me, it was my hip. Go see Dr. Mark Wagner, MD. That's drmarkwagnermd.com.
Man, can Seattle and the 12s throw a party or what?
They're thinking there could be up to 1 million 12s for this parade.
We're the best in the world!
You know, me and so many others remember taking my kid to the parade 12 years ago. And now another generation gets to share that.
Home of your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
Hey, we not done. We coming back next year.
KIRO News Radio.
Cold is leaking and rocks are moving and mold is creeping and water seeping in. It's hard to be a homeowner, we know.
Without American Crawl Space and Pest Services, it is hard to be a homeowner. Dave Ross here. American Crawl are the heroes to call for insulation and pest issues because in addition to their great reviews and decades of experience, they also give out the most PSE insulation rebates of any insulation company in the state.
American Crawl, the heroes you call.
Get your free inspection at AmericanCrawl.com.
You're losing your hair and you simply need a solution that works. You want the best. Modern technology, top-rated physicians, something that's guaranteed to work. Guys, you need world-class Dr. Perungo and his team at Advanced Hair. Advanced Hair has completely redefined hair restoration. From the experience itself to their unmatched results. Receding hairline, bald spot, thinning hair, maybe all three like I had. Get your hair back with Advanced Hair's simple one-day treatment that begins to regrow your own natural hair the very next day. Advanced Hair has changed tens of thousands of lives, including mine. And get this, Advanced Hair is once again the winner of the 425 Business of the Year. For your free consultation, call 425-449-8185. Right now, you'll get $250 off and 250 free hair grafts. Refine your hairline with the team that redefined hair restoration. That's 425-449-8185. Or for the before and afters, visit advancedhair.com.
I'm worried.
About what?
Water.
Oh?
Hot water, if you really want to know.
Water heater worries?
Worried it's wearing down.
Running out?
The hot doesn't last like it used to.
So you're...
worried.
I got a guaranteed fix.
Let me guess. A new water heater.
Right, but...
that's what worries me.
Well, worry no more.
Why?
What you need is an Apollo Plumbing water heater.
Because?
We include Wrenchie's worry-free warranty.
Wrenchie's what?
Worry-free warranty.
Which means?
When it wears out, we replace it.
No extra charge.
As an A-List Club member, you're covered for life.
For life?
For as long as you're an A-List member, you get annual life-extending water heater flushes included.
So it lasts longer.
Right.
And when it needs replacement,
you're covered.
With no worries.
Because it's Wrenchie's
worry-free warranty.
What else would you expect from the Ready Right Now plumbers?
Apollo Plumbing.
Home of Wrenchie's worry-free warranty.
What about tankless ones?
Worry-free too.
Gotta love that Wrenchie.
ApolloPlumbing.com.
Hey, let's throw a party this year for the big game.
Oh, great idea. But first, we should get a new TV. One of the top-rated brands. Samsung, LG, or Sony.
Okay, I'll start shopping on the internet and then head over to the Warehouse Club.
Well, but if that's all we do, we'll be sorry.
Why?
Because the best deals on those top-rated TVs are at video only, not online or at the club.
Video only?
Yep. We can save up to $500 if we shop smart.
Or we'll be sorry.
My perfect day has sand, salt water, and friends. But my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can take me out of the moment.
Now I'm all in with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi. Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. With Skyrizi, most people saw 90% clearer skin, and many were even 100% plaque-free at 4 months. Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis. Visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. They've helped thousands of men since 2011 feel and perform better. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
They sang with him. They played with him. Now they pay tribute to him. Martha High's Funky Divas and Fred Wesley's new JB Horns, a James Brown tribute by those who made the music. At Jazz Alley, February 19th through 22nd, jazzalley.com.
It's this thing, the jack there, and I got a problem with it. We'll have the tech team all
plugging
over
in
that.
your headphones.
No. No. There's your old man laugh. Can you isolate that for us at some point, Andrew?
I isolated one from earlier.
Okay, let's see it. Hang on.
Here we go.
Take the music out. Let's make it real dry.
That was both of you. I just thought it was funny that both of you were coughing. It was a good coughing sound.
That was me imitating Joe.
There's probably some from a couple days ago that were much worse.
I was reading as my friend Daniel Flynn does a piece of American Spectator. I get it every morning at 3 o'clock in the morning. Comes into my box there, an email, and he was looking at this email by the inbox, whatever the hell. Okay, your cough.
Sorry. It's bad. This is better than it's been all week.
I feel sorry whoever has to be near that microphone.
That's why I have my own mic sock. Okay, I'm turning it off. Don't turn your mic off. I want to get all that glorious coughing sound. Whatever's going around, by the way.
I wonder where it started.
Not me.
You're just making it better. You're just supercharging whatever this thing that's going around. That's what you decided to do. You've taken it into your system. You think, that little minor cold. I'm gonna incubate it, and then I'm gonna just let it really get good. And
I stayed home for 2 days. The contagion period ends before you show symptoms, I believe. So it's all good.
Okay. Well, mark my words. I'm not gonna jinx myself. I have been washing my hands like Pontius Pilate for the last 3 weeks, and I refuse to get the flu, and I'm just going to no vaccine on this one. Nate got it, and I'm just constantly washing my hands.
Why do you out Nate for getting a vaccine?
Because he bragged about it. I got the.
He does brag about it.
He's always bragging about it. He still has the bandage on. It's been on there for like about 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And I'm going to wash my hands. Just wash my hands, not touch my face, not get near your grossness. Okay. And I'm going to make it through this cold and flu season.
Yes, you are.
And people are going to be like Palm Sunday. I'm going to be rolling into some town somewhere, and people are going to be just Hosanna, Hosanna, because I made it through the cold and flu season. Okay. We never got to the story.
Dan Flynn.
We'll save the story for tomorrow, which is
Monday, by the way.
Monday, the moxing, right? So I'd never heard of this thing before, but your friend has a kid who's got into this looks moxing, right?
Looks maxing, yeah.
Right. Clavicular?
Yes. So there's a whole corner of the internet that is just developed is young kids trying to change their appearance and in sometimes physical ways, and certainly but my friend's kid who was starving himself, he's 11 years old, he's trying to improve his jawline so he can look like this guy.
Right. So this guy went to the extremes according to him, he hit his jaw with a hammer to break pieces of it off to help then create a more chiseled
Yeah, it's
weird choice of words. Jawline.
Yeah, it's disturbing.
Okay. And then you have to outmock somebody else.
Can we get? I love Dan as a guest, by the way. Can we have him on?
He didn't. He just wrote about it. He didn't come on.
That's okay.
All right. He's going to say, "Why don't you call the guy? Get the guy on, Clavicle or whatever his name is."
Try that too.
All right, fine. Let's do this. Lori's going to check traffic for us, and she's going to stay as far away from Joe as possible. Lori,
northbound I-5 at Northgate, or actually at 175th. 2 left lanes are closed for maintenance. Then at Northgate Way, 1 left lane closed. All that is northbound I-5, Seattle to Linwood, 39 minutes, a 2-minute slowdown. And Bellevue to Linwood, 31 minutes. 2 lanes blocked, of course, 99 northbound for South Bridge. An hour, Seattle to Tacoma. And a pretty much off and on slowing from Renton all the way to Puyallup, southbound 167. I'm Lori, KIRO Real-Time Traffic.
This is what it's all about, right?
The Seahawks win Super Bowl 60.
The pure joy.
To beat the Patriots, especially in the 49ers stadium, it means everything.
It's a great time to be alive for Seattle fans.
It's why we're 12s.
Just like Mike McDonald said, we did not care.
We got a parade to get to.
Seattle will hold a victory parade Wednesday.
We are the home of your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
They are bringing the Lombardi back to the Northwest.
KIRO News Radio.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. Enjoy personalized comfort for better sleep night after night.
And now, during our President's Day sale, take 50% off our limited edition bed. Plus, free home delivery with any bed and base. Ends Monday. Only at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com.
Why'd I go to the doctor? Working on the farm, my heart kept skipping a beat. I didn't think much of it, but my daughters made me get checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com. Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
You know, it's frustrating. You work your tail off for 40 plus years. The government takes 30 or 40% in taxes. Then they turn right around and waste it. Americans are getting fed up, and that's why they're taking advantage of tax planning. Charlie Harger here. Tax planning could significantly reduce your taxes, not just for 1 year, but for the rest of your life. Learn how much you could save in taxes when you retire with free retirement tax savings analysis from Boss Retirement Solutions. If you've saved more than $300,000, schedule your free analysis now by calling 206-210-1350. Don't pay the government one more dime than you need to. You need to call the team at Boss Retirement Solutions. Call 206-210-1350. 206-210-1350.
For informational purposes only, actual results may vary. No statement contained herein shall constitute tax, legal, or investment advice.
Join in on the conversation by sending a text to 888-973-5476. That's 888-973-KIRO.
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma.
At age 30, Carissa finished her high school diploma.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, you can do it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
G and Ursula, 9 to noon on the home of your Super Bowl champion Seahawks. KIRO News Radio.
A sea of green and blue in downtown Seattle. I'm hoping, G, you can hear us.
I can hear you.
We want to take it all in right along with you. You have a very special vantage point. Gee, what's going on?
They had another big dude trying to get on here with me and DJ Roscoe. You can't have 3 big dudes in the back of this Tundra.
Subscribe to the KIRO News Radio YouTube channel and watch live.
Comcast Business helps turn today's small businesses into engines of modern business. It's how restaurants become reliably up and running neighborhood favorites. How retailers become seamlessly restocking, cyber-securing, must-visit shops. And how healthcare offices become the data managing caregivers that we all depend on. With reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, advanced fiber solutions, and Wi-Fi backup, Comcast Business is powering the engine of modern business, powering possibilities.
Now through March 22nd, switch to Comcast Business and get started with 150 megabit internet plus Security Edge for $59.99 a month for 12 months with a 2-year agreement. Or ask how to lock in your rate for 5 years on a qualifying internet bundle and get a $500 prepaid card when you add 2 lines of mobile for a limited time only. Call today. Restrictions apply. New customers only. Requires paperless billing and automatic payments with bank account. Equipment, taxes, and other fees extra. After promo, regular rates apply.
To protect her home and family in a disaster, Karen was willing to wade through water, mud, and insurance paperwork.
Yeah, I can do this.
You go, Karen! By simply understanding and updating what her insurance covers and doesn't cover now, she'll be better prepared no matter when disaster strikes. Learn other simple ways to protect your home and family before a natural disaster at ready.gov. That's ready.gov. A message from FEMA and the Ad Council.
Download the KIRO Newsradio app, where you can watch us live or stream us live anywhere, anytime.
How would this initiative, whatever this initiative is, how would he fund it?
Stay connected everywhere. Download the KIRO Newsradio app.
Hi, I'm Justin Shirley. We offer 0 down, 0 interest, and 0 payments for 24 months on new roofs. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF now. State Roofing and Exteriors, held to a higher standard since 1968.
We're the home of your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
They are bringing the Lombardi back to the Northwest.
KIRO FM and HD1 Tacoma, Seattle.
This is CBS News on the Hour, your home for original reporting.
I'm Jennifer Kuiper. Some gold for the U.S. today. CBS's Kelly O'Grady in Milan says the U.S. women's hockey team has won its 3rd Olympic gold medal.
It was a gold medal match against generational rival Team Canada. Canada was leading for most of the game. It was not looking like it was going to go the U.S.'s way, but in the very final minutes of the 3rd period, they pulled their goalie, went 6-on-5 against Team Canada, and it was Hillary Knight with that goal to tie it up and send the match into sudden death overtime.
Alyssa Liu has also won gold for the U.S. in women's figure skating. The U.S. military is preparing for potential strikes on Iran as early as this weekend. CBS's Ed O'Keefe says the president wants Iran to dismantle its nuclear program.
Were there to be a strike, it could be potentially on Iran's ballistic missile program, which is of grave concern to Israel. The prime minister has shown the president in recent weeks evidence of a growing ballistic missile program, possibly also striking again at nuclear program-related sites or facilities in the country, even though they were struck, and the president says obliterated last summer.
The Pentagon is sending multiple warships to that region. Andrew Mountbatten Windsor has been released under investigation by police, so far no charges filed. He was arrested under suspicion of misconduct in public office after the latest release of Epstein files by the U.S. Justice Department. CBS's Tina Krause in London.
The king wasted no time in issuing a statement and letting people know that he's learned about this arrest of Andrew Mountbatten Windsor. He, of course, didn't say my younger brother in this, but we all know that is his younger brother. He said that this should be a full and fair and proper process by which the issue is investigated in an appropriate manner, so the law runs its course.
Police say this is an ongoing investigation, and they have also searched the ex-prince's current and former homes. Crews are still unable to retrieve the bodies of several skiers killed in the deadliest avalanche in California history. CBS's Gwen Baumgartner reports from Los Angeles.
Severe weather is hampering recovery efforts about 10 miles north of Lake Tahoe, 2 days after a devastating avalanche.
Someone saw the avalanche, yelled avalanche, and then it overtook them.
Rescue teams have located the bodies of 8 skiers who were taken out by the slide near Castle Peak Tuesday, but a 9th, presumed dead, remains missing.
6 of the 8 people killed were close friends and experienced skiers, according to a statement by their families. Virginia Governor Abigail Spanberger will deliver the Democratic response to President Trump's State of the Union address next Tuesday. This is CBS News.
The stars shine brighter on CBS Mornings.
This is a slam dunk.
So cute.
Gail came in singing for me today.
On CBS Mornings.
An update on a police standoff near Green Lake. More on that coming right up. But first, Lori gives us an update from the real-time traffic desk.
You've got 2 lanes blocked northbound I-5 at 175th. This is for maintenance. And then at Northgate Way, just 1 left lane closed. Seattle to Linwood right now, just under 40 minutes. Bellevue to Linwood is a 31-minute drive. Of course, 2 lanes blocked, 99 northbound at First South Bridge. An hour Seattle to Tacoma, and then Renton to all the way actually to Puyallup on 167 southbound. You're going to see off and on slowing. I'm Lori, KIRO, real-time traffic.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good evening. I'm Nate Connors. A standoff between an armed man and Seattle police ended peacefully within the last hour, but not before the suspect allegedly kidnapped a staff member at his apartment complex. KIRO News Radio's James Lynch is there and joins us live. James?
Nate, this all started this morning at the Burbridge Place Supportive Housing Complex near 85th and Aurora. The 35-year-old man allegedly threatened a staff member with a gun, pushed them into his apartment, and briefly held them against their will before the staff member escaped unharmed. The man then barricaded himself inside his own apartment. Negotiators and the King County Sheriff's SWAT team were called in, and the man was taken into custody without incident. SPD Detective Eric Munoz with what happens next.
Officers and detectives later on, they'll need to establish motive and determine what the nature of the circumstances leading up to the incident.
Live in North Seattle, James Lynch, KIRO News Radio.
Thank you, James. The state has closed 2 northbound lanes on the State Route 99 First Avenue South Bridge after inspectors found problems with the steel grid deck, and they say this will stay closed indefinitely. The right lanes are shut down and speeds in the open lanes are reduced to 25 miles an hour. WashDOT's R.B. McKeon says the bridge is not in danger of falling down.
If there was any danger of, something like that, we would absolutely close the bridge in its entirety.
The HOV lane is now open to all traffic. WashDOT engineers are assessing the damage with an update expected by March 6th. About 20 people were checked for possible fentanyl exposure late this morning at the Snohomish County Courthouse.
It's a fentanyl residue that was opened up during a trial.
Rachel Doniger with the Everett Fire Department says the trial was in a second-floor courtroom. The courtroom was closed and the people moved to the 4th floor to be checked out. No one appeared to be showing any symptoms. On State Route 512 near Puyallup last week, a sedan's hood came loose, flew through the air, and hit the windshield of a Jeep Wrangler. That driver narrowly avoided being hit in the head, according to Trooper Cameron Watts on X. Washington State Patrol says the suspect vehicle is still outstanding. As Seattle prepares to host FIFA World Cup matches this summer, Airbnb is rolling out bonus incentives for short-term rental hosts. KIRO 7's Lindsay Sheldon has more.
Airbnb says searches in host cities are already up 80% year over year. And the company expects 23,000 visitors will be looking for an Airbnb in the Seattle area during the tournament.
The company says local hosts could earn roughly $3,800 by renting space during the tournament. And now your weather update. Increasing clouds tonight, and that'll start Friday morning off, turning partly sunny with 45 for tomorrow's high. Scattered showers and into the low 50s for the weekend. Right now, cloudy and 41 in downtown Seattle. I'm Nate Connors, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Hi, you've reached the John Curley Show listener introduction line. Please tell us a little bit about yourself and why you enjoy the show. Thank you.
Here we go.
It's better. This is better than it's been all week. Why do you out Nate for getting a vaccine?
To be fair, Joe did spend a lot of segments today talking about Epstein, so I'm sure he's a bit worn out.
He is. Through 5 hours of depositions. Trying to get it. It's the John Curley Show with Typhoid Mary. 1-888-973-5476. Call also the voicemail message, 801-575-5532. 801-575-5532. If you think you've got a worse cough than Joe, Leave it on the voicemail message for us. We'd love to play that.
We used to do on Soul Morning Show. We had the cough off, I think we called it, and we'd get people that smoked a lot. They were usually women. The cough cackle off. So we'd try to make them laugh, and they'd go dueling cackles with coughs. It was great.
Good radio.
Oh,
Ding Dong 508.
Classic. All right.
Think you're going to win yourself a hoagie or something over there from Joe's Hoagies. What prizes did you give away?
Oh, T-shirts and
mouse pads,
bumper stickers.
Okay, good. Yeah. There's good news. This is good news for San Francisco. Bad news for Seattle. New mayor comes in, kicks out a London Breeze, and this new guy comes in who is connected to the Levi Jeans dynasty. People are like, oh, he's just a trust fund guy. But he's coming in much like Michael Bloomberg did in New York City. The problem with San Francisco is the fact that they've got a gigantic deficit problem. They have about, a $900 million deficit. They've got open air drug market. They got homeless problems. Despair is everywhere you look. And the people of San Francisco got to a point they were sick and tired of it. Tired of the fact that they had come up with this law that said that you were allowed to steal as much as $900 at any time, and it wouldn't be, a felony. Basically, go in and steal whatever you want. They got tired of the open air drug market. They got tired of the great amount of compassion that the folks there in the positions of power in San Francisco were able to extend to criminals, but not to the victims. So they elect this guy. He's kind of not exactly a San Francisco Democrat, but a little bit more to the right. And he has decided we're done. We're going to have a reset, and the big reset is coming. And he explains exactly how they're going to do it.
For too long, San Franciscans have been told that we must choose between clean, safe neighborhoods and compassion for those struggling on our streets. I ran for mayor because I believe we can and should do both. And today we're showing that our city doesn't have to choose between compassion and accountability. In a few moments, I will sign legislation to open the new Rapid Enforcement Support, Evaluation, and Triage Center.
Mr. Mayor, if I may interrupt for one moment, and I'll explain why this is not good news for Seattle.
Better known as the Reset Center. This new facility is critical to improving public safety in our city. The Reset Center allows our officers to arrest those engaged in public drug use at a speed and volume we have never seen before. If you use drugs on our streets, we will arrest you. But with this new resource, we will also give those suffering from addiction a real chance to choose recovery. The Reset Center is a health-focused facility designed to care for publicly intoxicated individuals by moving them off the street and into a safe, controlled environment. It provides hope by giving individuals a chance to sober up and be connected to treatment. I've said from my first day in office that public safety is my top priority. That extends to every person in San Francisco, whether you live here, work here, or are struggling here.
Okay, you get the idea. Cops come in, you're smoking, shooting, whatever you're doing. If I see you do it, bang, grab you. We go ahead, we give you treatment. And you got to do that. You got to apply for that, or you get into the program. If you don't want to do that, you go to jail, right? That's it. You're going to have three different types of people. We've heard this so many times from Andrea Suarez from We Heart Seattle. There's three types. There's the person that says, I'll go to a shelter. There's another person, I'm not going to a shelter. They're trying this in Marysville as well. Now I have a second choice. I can go to jail or I can go to treatment. And they say if you bomb out of treatment, you're going to jail. So that's an incentive to be able to apply yourself a little harder. We're going to give you the extra help you need. The problem with Seattle is, as it seems, we're very caring with everybody's money. And we're willing to spend everybody's money on a bunch of crappy programs that really don't do anything because it makes us all feel really good that we're meeting the people where they are. We're not asking anything of them. In fact, it's the opposite of compassion, because what it is it's somebody saying, well, you're so far down and you're really struggling, and I'm going to meet you where you are and have no expectation that you can be a better person. I'll just see where you are, and I'll hand you some tinfoil, and I'll teach you how to smoke, or I'll teach you how to inject safely. I mean, that you basically given up on that person. You're assuming that that's the best they're going to be. But that's the kind of love you get from Seattle. So they'll take the money from you, and they'll apply it to their crappy programs, and you will see more people on the streets dying. Because the people in San Francisco that don't want to go to jail and don't want to get hassled by the cops will get to Seattle. Why? Because they've heard from other people. Seattle's a great place. The drugs are really cheap. There's lots of different charities and nonprofits that'll feed you. You can sleep on the streets. You can do whatever you want. And the cops won't bother you. Go to where it's good. And that's what's going to happen. So unfortunately for the people in San Francisco that slip out of the net of possible treatment and redemption for their own work will come here. And the same thing in Oregon. Oregon recently cut some of their programs. They've cut back on the budget in their homeless actions. And you'll see people from Oregon come. The same thing happened when Burien started kicking people out in the last couple of months. More people have come to Seattle. So you're going to see the mayor talk the other day about, we're going to spend all this money. We're going to get all this money for housing. We're going to build housing. I've said it before. I'll say it again. If you came down with cancer and they said, you have cancer, and you say, okay, I'm sick. Yeah, we're going to put you in a hotel room. Will there be a doctor in the hotel room? Is there do I get chemo in the hotel room? No, but we care so much we're going to put you in a hotel room. Yeah, but I got cancer. I'm really sick. Yeah, but we're meeting you where you are, in your hotel room. But I'm dying of cancer. Yeah, but we've got other people we have to take care of. Cancer, the sickness. Drugs, alcohol, a sickness. You put people in a hotel room, put them in a hospital, help them. Don't just put them in the hotel room or some building that you're going to get the money for and then develop and build for. Yes, Joe with a cold.
Can I tell you why
yes.
this will work?
Try to make it through the whole statement without coughing.
Okay, just don't say anything funny. The reason that, and I'm saying this as a former heroin addict and a former hard opiate addict.
Okay.
The reason that people don't want to go to jail is because you're going to go into withdrawal. And withdrawal is the most miserable part of being an addict. And it hits almost, depending on your usage, it's going to hit very, very soon, within a matter of hours.
What are the symptoms?
The symptoms are, it's like having the worst flu of your life and having a sense of existential dread where it doesn't matter the high that you get, the artificial sense of like joy and just like pure pleasure you get from the drug.
Yeah.
When you're in withdrawal, you have the equal and opposite sense of dread and misery. So not only are you sick and you want to vomit, you feel like no matter, even if you're in the nicest bed in a 5-star hotel, you feel like you are in hell and that the best thing for you would be to die or get high. Those are your two primary motivators in that state. And when you go to jail, they don't treat you for that. At least some jails do. I think they did. They started doing that up in Marysville, but most jails aren't treating your withdrawal symptoms. So what this triage center in San Francisco is going to do is it will treat those symptoms. So you can be going into withdrawal, and they'll treat that with buprenorphine, which is Suboxone, which is basically a medication that treats withdrawal symptoms immediately. And that's what the other services here don't provide. There are some, but they're so hard to get into, and they're so few and far between. And there you have to get somebody to want to go there, and somebody to take them there, and there has to be a bed available, et cetera. So this program that they've got in San Francisco will treat your symptoms right there. They're fully equipped. They're ready for it. They know what kind of people are coming in. So you don't have to say, I'm going to go to jail and not get treated. I can get treated right here instead of going to jail. And then when you're in a better state of mind where you're not suffering from withdrawal symptoms, so you don't have to go find heroin or fentanyl immediately, you can make a better informed decision about what you're going to do with the rest of your life from that point. So you can say, I don't want to go to jail. Maybe I will go into the treatment program that you're offering to me, or at least just have a clear head and figure out what the next couple of days are going to look like.
So for the average addict, it's get high, be high, and then you're coming down, and then there's the anxiety of I'm going to be drug sick in about 2 hours, 3 hours.
Oh yeah. Just depending on your usage, it varies, but it's if not sooner. And that's why when you're going through withdrawal, you will run into a Target and steal whatever you can and sell it outside for $5 so you can go buy a little fake blue
Fenny.
Exactly, a little hit of Fetty for $5. And that's why women will sell their bodies to get their next high. Like you get to a point when you've been doing it for so long where you're just in the maintenance phase. You're barely getting high. The whole purpose of doing the drug is to ward off the withdrawal. You're just trying to keep that away.
You might not have the answer to this, but the addict that realizes I better hurry up and run in there and get that, or hurry up and turn a trick, is it that they've already experienced some of the early symptoms of drug sick, or they've gone through it? They might just be afraid of it. They've seen it. They've heard about it.
Oh yeah, if you've been doing, and I've never done fentanyl. Fentanyl wasn't around when I was an addict, but from what I'm told, it is so much worse and so much more immediate. And the withdrawal symptoms come on. You suffer withdrawal from using it like 2 or 3 times, whereas with heroin or like oxycodone or something, you have to use it for a couple of weeks before you're going to start going through withdrawal symptoms. Fentanyl is apparently you're within a day you're suffering. And it is the most miserable experience. It will make you do the worst possible thing if you're suffering from that.
Right. So the idea that in Seattle they're going to give you housing.
Yeah. Well, you're not treating the cancer in that.
No, you're not. Yeah. One last thing from Mayor Daniel Lurie explaining how the department is going to enforce the policy.
The Reset Center is the next step in that effort. SFPD will bring people to the center.
Okay.
Which will be overseen by the San Francisco Sheriff's Office and the Department of Public Health, highlighting real collaboration between law enforcement and public health organizations. This center will begin as a pilot in the South of Market area and is a model we can scale citywide. Thank you to Supervisor Dorsey, the Sheriff's Office, and the Department of Public Health for their support of this effort. Together, we are building a San Francisco that is safer, cleaner, and more compassionate, all at the same time.
Early indicators of how a city is doing, if you want to look at its health, its vitals, if you will, you look at the vacancy rate of commercial buildings. That tells you a whole lot. They're at 32 to 35% vacancy. That's way up there. Seattle, right behind them. The number is about 30%, 28 to 30%, could be as high as 35% as the numbers come in. When you have a commercial building that is vacant, that's a big problem because that's a tax base. That's an individual that's not walking down the street and buying a sandwich. That is not, the taxes begin to dry up, and that's how you end up with San Francisco with a $900 million deficit. Not only the overspending, wasting a lot, but they're also driving out their core businesses. And that's what happened in San Francisco. I've been there the last couple of years, walking down the street where Nordstrom is, all the buildings used to be around that, all of the business, gone. So when you hear about, still trying to come back from the pandemic, that is a load of crap. Seattle is not struggling with the pandemic. They're struggling with their own infection of liberalism. That's their problem. It's not the pandemic. It's not the fact that people, not coming back to work or working. No, I don't want to come back there. I'm not going back there. The business is shutting down and going away. Just watch the vacancy rate and see what happens. We got to see if we can get the Mayor Wilson back on again.
Oh, yeah. I reached out to them today. I'm like, hey, let's see what they're doing in San Francisco. This could work. Like this and they said, oh, that's awesome. We're going to check it out and get back to you. So,
and cue the crickets.
Yes,
okay, fine. All right, let's do this. I lost my sheet of paper, Joe. I don't know what to say. I can't read it. There's nothing there. How can I read it?
We're talking about Kim Jong-un next.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. The Hollywood producer. This is from Sony. Remember when Sony had the great big problem? They had the big data breach, and all of the people's emails got out, and you could see one horrible director talking about how horrible some of the actors were. All of it came out, and they had to do all these apologies. Well, apparently, the whole reason Sony got broken into and all this data got out is because they agreed to greenlight a project. Here's Lori checking traffic.
Northbound I-5 at 175th, you've got 2 left lanes closed for maintenance. It looks like it's slowing traffic pretty good through the scene, even in the opposite direction, southbound. And then northbound I-5 at Northgate Way, you've just got 1 lane closed there, also for maintenance. 49-minute drive, Seattle to Everett. 33 minutes if you're heading from Seattle to Federal Way. And then Bellevue to Everett is 45, Seattle to Federal Way, or actually Bellevue to Federal Way, 43 minutes. Still got 2 right lanes closed, northbound Highway 99, an hour drive Seattle to Tacoma, and 167 pretty heavy all the way from Renton to Puyallup. You get just a little break before you hit 516. I'm Lori, KIRO Real-Time Traffic.
Thanks, Lori. I know what it's like. You watch your hair begin to thin, the crown disappears. That hair loss just starts to rob you of your identity. That's how I felt before I visited Advanced Hair. Advanced Hair has got a simple 1-day treatment. They regrew my own natural hair. They do the exact same thing for you, because if you're going bald, starting to thin out there, and you know you have the choice to make. Just maybe you shave your head, maybe a collection of hats, or maybe what you really want is your own hair back. You can set up a free consultation, $250 off, $250 for a hair graft. Just give them a call at 425-449-8185. And you don't want to wait, because your own natural hair is guaranteed to grow. Take it from me. I got my own hair back. So Advanced Hair is once again the 425 Business of the Year. That's a second year in a row. You know you're in very, very good hands. A phone call is in order. 425-449-8185. Check them out online and look at the before and after pictures right there at advancedhair.com.
12s, you sure know how to turn up.
Parade day is finally here.
Yeah, 12s! We talk about 12 as one. Look at all the 12s in this stadium right here. See how powerful this is?
We had one goal, and that was to bring this home to the best fans in the world. This is for y'all. Love.
The celebration continues.
I love this city.
On the home of your Super Bowl champion Seahawks, KIRO News Radio.
Endless hours of research, seeking referrals, dozens of calls. Hiring the right attorney can be a challenging process during an already difficult time. JP Pendergast with Pendergast Law explains.
In Washington State, Tom, there are thousands of attorneys to choose from. Referrals and online research can be helpful, but discovering the right attorney requires a conversation. It can be hard to identify integrity and authenticity without that interaction.
So, what do you recommend?
We encourage anyone looking for personal injury representation to call for a free consultation with our team before making a decision simply based on referrals or online research. Accident victims need an attorney that listens, demonstrates honesty, and is genuinely understanding of their unique circumstances. The care, attention, and preparation that our firm provides throughout the case mirrors the effort involved when taking on the insurance companies.
Save time and avoid mistakes after an injury. Contact the caring and compassionate team at Pendergast Law.
If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident, call Pendergast Law. We can help.
Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. They've helped thousands of men since 2011 feel and perform better. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
LifeLock, how can I help?
The IRS said I filed my return,
but I haven't. 1 in 4 tax-paying Americans has paid the price of identity fraud.
What do I do?
My refund, though.
I'm freaking out.
Don't worry, I can fix this.
LifeLock fixes identity theft guaranteed and gets your money back with up to $3 million in coverage.
I'm so relieved.
No problem. I'll be with you every step of the way.
1 in 4 was a fraud-paying American. Not anymore. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
There's no championship league for small business owners, but if there was, you'd be at the top of the standings. Because going pro with Lenovo Pro means you've got the winning formation, one-on-one advice, IT solutions, and customized hardware powered by Intel Core Ultra processors help you stay ahead of the competition. Business goes pro with Lenovo Pro. Sign up for free at Lenovo.com/pro.
Lenovo. Hartley here from Wilcox Family Farms. I'm so excited to have my cousin Amelia with me today. So, how many chickens do you think there are on the farm?
3,000?
What do you think chickens eat?
Grass.
What else?
Seed.
So do you know what organic eggs are?
The ones that you put in brownies?
Yes, the ones you put in brownies.
We hope you choose fresh eggs from our family farm.
Wilcox Family Farms eggs, locally fresh
since 1909.
So, how's your research going?
Surprising! After I figured out the top-rated TVs in our price range, I went shopping for deals.
And who's the best?
It wasn't the internet, and it wasn't the warehouse club.
But?
It was video only. They had better deals on the Samsung, LG, and the Sony TVs that got the highest scores.
Better than online and at the club?
I know! Video only beat them all. And now we can afford an even better model for the same price. My research really paid off.
If we buy it video only.
Exactly. Otherwise, we'll be sorry.
At Video Only, you won't find huge stores with refrigerators or microwaves, but you will find the best deals on top-rated TVs, soundbars, and monitors. Shop around. Just make sure you visit Video Only, because if you don't,
you'll be sorry.
In South Center, Bellevue, Linwood, Federal Way, and Tacoma, Video Only.
You know the one question that guys hate to have asked of them by their wives, Nick?
I can take a good guess.
I know you know 100 of them. This is the worst one. Do these jeans make my butt look big?
Whoa.
Can't answer that one, right? What I've noticed is whenever you ask me questions like that, I just simply say, oh, I don't know. What do the doctors at Longevity Medical Clinic say?
Well, the doctors at Longevity Medical Clinic would tell me that my butt looks great in those jeans now that my hormones are balanced.
What'd they do? Did they give you something to bring your weight down?
No, just a result of having my hormones balanced caused me to lose weight. Who would have known? I had no idea that would be a result of it.
So that's good. So the answer is you look great. You're beautiful.
I feel great. I look great.
Yeah.
And I know it.
I've also noticed that your testosterone makes you a little feistier than you normally are, as my beautiful Greek wife.
I might be small, but I have a loud bark.
Yes, you do. Do what Nick and I have done. Take a free health analysis at longevitymedicalclinic.com.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good evening. I'm Nate Connors. A tense scene near 86th and Aurora today after a 35-year-old resident allegedly threatened an apartment staffer with a gun. Police say the man tried to force the worker into his apartment unit. Seattle Police Detective Eric Munoz says the worker escaped unharmed.
Officers conducted an investigation and determined that there was probable cause to arrest the subject for kidnapping.
The man barricaded himself in his apartment, but eventually officers were able to take him into custody. WashDOT says the First Avenue South Bridge remains open, but two northbound lanes are closed after inspectors spotted issues with the steel deck. This is WashDOT's R.B. McKeon.
As bridge engineers continue to make their assessment, we'll develop a repair plan. So those lanes that are closed will be closed until further notice.
WashDOT hopes to know more by March 6th. The bridge last saw major repairs in 2020. Seattle police are looking for an arsonist after a fire caused about $60,000 in damage at a South Lake Union apartment building Wednesday night. The fire started in a fifth-floor hallway near 8th and Thomas. Some residents sheltered in place as firefighters knocked down the flames. No one was hurt. Police say they have identified a suspect who they believe used a lighter and gasoline to start the fire. NASA says Boeing's leadership breakdowns put the crew of the Starliner at risk. And as KIRO News Radio's Frank Lindsay reports, NASA is also putting some of the blame on itself for stranding two astronauts in space.
Test pilots Butch Wilmore and Sonny Williams spent more than 9 months in orbit before hitching a ride home with SpaceX. Thruster failures and other problems almost prevented them from reaching the space station after liftoff in 2024. NASA Associate Administrator Amit Kshatriya says they almost had a really terrible day, referring to a potential loss of life.
We failed them. They won't say that. We have to say that. We have to recognize that our responsibility is to them.
Boeing says it's making progress fixing the technical problems and that it has made cultural changes. Frank Lindsay, KIRO News Radio.
With frigid temperatures this week, the Seattle Center is offering shelter to those in need. The Fisher Pavilion is open between 7 p.m. and 7 a.m. tonight and tomorrow. The Salvation Army will provide dinner and a continental breakfast. Space is limited. Pets are welcome. And now let's head over to the real-time traffic desk and get an update with Lori.
If you're heading out of Seattle through Northgate, there are lane closures for maintenance. It's 2 lanes at 175th and just 1 at Northgate Way. South Center to Alderwood now, if you take 405, just a 40-minute drive. If you take I-5, it's going to be an hour and 5 minutes. Still got those 2 lanes blocked, as Nate mentioned, on 99 northbound. An hour Seattle to Tacoma, but then Tacoma to Olympia, another 43 minutes. And Renton to Auburn, you're going to see a 1-minute slowdown. Heading over the mountain passes, Traction Tires advised on Stevens. No restrictions right now on I-90. I'm Lori, KIRO Real-Time Traffic.
Thank you, Lori. Cloudy and chilly tonight with an overnight low near freezing. Friday starts off cloudy, turning partly sunny in the afternoon, and tomorrow's high around 45. We're cloudy and 39 in downtown Seattle. I'm Nate Connors, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
All right, here we go. Spin that wheel, would you please, Teeny? You're not doing anything else. Spin the wheel, giant wheel, the Wilcox Family Farm Eggs Recipe Wheel. Names of all the players are on. You can see the colors, red, green, yellow, blue, yellow, blue, yellow. It's spinning back and forth. Lands on Joe, who I believe has got our recipe right there. Joe?
Better than it's been all week.
Huh? What is it again? I'm sorry. What was it?
Why did you out Nate for getting a vaccine?
Okay. All right. Thank you, Joe. There's a recipe for you. That's the Wilcox Family Farm exit recipe. Look that one under Nate's Vaccines.
Yum.
There we go. No. Okay. God, people are going to get sick just listening to you.
Yeah.
My dad, real quick side story, real fast. I bought a car. What's that guy's name? It's going to come to me. I buy this Volkswagen for $200, and I take it and I drive it. I don't like it. It smells bad. And like 3 days later, Bill Fry, something like that. I call him up. I'm like, yeah, I don't want the thing. Well, you can't have it back. The only way you can take it back is the engine seizes up. I said, oh, okay. So my friend Schmitty and I went out there and beat it with a crowbar, the engine. We didn't realize seizing up meant like the whole internally has it. So we just, anything was moving, we hit it. Henry Fry, that's his name. So then I was like, all right, I called him up. It's seized. Well, I've worked on that thing for years. There's no way that could seize. I go, it's whatever it is. It's not working. I want my money back. So I went to my dad. Dad, can you please help me to get my money back? My dad calls up, and Mrs. Fry answers the phone, and my father just unloads on it. You cannot make a contract in the state of Pennsylvania with somebody under the age of 18. So that is a frivolous argument. It's $200. I'm coming over to get the money. I'm sick and tired of this. So then I go to pick up the money, and Henry Fry meets me at the front door. He says, ever since your father was on the phone with my mother, he gave her the worst case of bronchitis. So then we all anointed my father with the incredible ability to give people bronchitis over the phone.
What do you think he meant?
That she had bronchitis. That's what he meant.
Wow.
After my dad yelling at her. You cannot make a contract. She's like, she sounded like you.
Oh, okay.
All right. There's a young guy. He's 9 years old. He moves from New York to California. He loves the movies because he's kind of nerdy, doesn't fit in with anybody. So he's always going to this local movie theater. And then he's kind of deciding what he's going to do with his life. He gets older and older. He gets hired by one sort of entertainment industry and then another one. He's working his way up. And by the time he's in his 40s, he gets a call from somebody from Sony Pictures. And he's like, yes, absolutely. I'd love to work for Sony. He works his way up through Sony. He gets invited to all the parties. He goes to all the restaurants. He shows up at a party, and there's George Clooney, and oh my gosh, there's Brad Pitt, and there's Daniel Craig. And he saunters on up to them to talk to them, but he gets the immediate feeling that, yes, even though I'm like the president of Sony Pictures, I'm still not quite fitting in. I'm not the real cool guy. So with this sort of burning that's with him that decides, how do I really fit in? I really want to be part of the in crowd. All of a sudden, Seth Rogen. Seth Rogen has got a new movie idea. And two other of the big studios have turned it down. They said it's just way too crazy and offensive. We're not going to greenlight it. Well, the president of Sony, Michael Linton, says, yeah, I'll greenlight this baby. Let's do it. And, because this will make me cool. And I'll be in. Seth Rogen's cool and everybody's cool. So nobody else wanted to do the movie. I'll do the movie. So he agrees to do the movie. He's driving to work on November 24th at 2:14 in 2014, And he gets a call. We got a problem. We got a big, big problem. Okay, tell me about it now. I can't tell you about it now. Hurry up and get here. He shows up, and the tech people, the IT people, he said that never have any expressions on their face and never seem worried about anything, look very angry and very confused. 70% of their servers are down. They can't edit films. They can't release films. Emails cannot be obtained. You can't send an email. Financial emails. Everything has been completely corrupted, and it's been hijacked by none other than
North Korea.
That's right. North Korea was mad that Seth Rogen had made that movie about killing the president of North Korea.
I think they call him the Supreme Leader.
Yeah, Supreme Leader.
Kim Jong-un.
Yeah. Is he announcing the program's being signed?
No, this is just a news report from back in 2015 about the hack.
Oh, okay. Let's see.
For too long, San Franciscans have been...
What's that? That's not it. No. That's the mayor. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Here's 2015.
Fallout from the sweeping cyber attack that sent a top Hollywood studio into crisis mode, exposing everything from celebrity aliases to employee social security numbers.
Uh-oh.
This is an attempt to destroy the company. Confidential financial information and perhaps the most embarrassing, very candid and brutal emails between a studio executive and a producer.
In one reported email published by BuzzFeed, industry mega producer Scott Rudin and Sony Pictures co-chairman Amy Pascal discuss an upcoming event with President Obama. Pascal says, "Should I ask him if he liked Django?" Rudin's response, 12 years. Or The Butler. Or Think Like a Man, Pascal writes back. Rudin says...
A little racist on that again. This is Hollywood. They're not racist.
Oh.
Right along. I bet he likes Kevin Hart. Grey's Anatomy's creator Shonda Rhimes suggests the exchange was clearly racist.
Oh, yes.
Calling Sony comments racially insensitive remarks instead of racist.
Liberals can't be racist. Come on.
She tweeted, "You can put a cherry on a pile of bleep, but it don't make it a sundae." Both Pascal and Rudin are now on damage control. In a statement, Pascal said, "I accept full responsibility for what I wrote and apologize to everyone who was offended." Rudin also apologized, saying the emails were meant only to be funny, but in the cold light of day, they are in fact thoughtless and insensitive. The revelations are more than just an embarrassment for Sony.
The studio wants to control information, but with this confidence...
Okay, so that's 2015. You get the general idea. So this guy finally realizes, oh, my God, it's because I wanted to fit in with the cool kids, and I agreed to have Josh do the movie, and the movie turned out to be very successful.
It's hilarious.
And the Kim Jong-un didn't like it. He didn't think it was funny, so they decided North Korea. First of all, let's give North Korea some credit.
Seriously.
Who knew they had the ability to get into their networks like that? Plus, maybe Sony didn't exactly have the highest level of security.
Yeah.
So that's part of it. So they kept it locked down for as long as they possibly could. They released all of that stuff. I wonder if even then North Korea was like, who's this? Why? Yeah. Who's this person? Are they famous? So now finally in the Wall Street Journal, is he still? Oh no, he's not with Sony anymore.
No.
Michael Linden comes forward and tells everybody the whole story behind the scenes of what happened.
And but the funny part to me, I mean, he writes this op-ed for the Wall Street Journal, but his whole point was this: I made this big mistake by greenlighting this movie that was going to be offensive to North Korea, and that was the worst decision I made in my career. North Korea's being offended shouldn't be dictating the content that we're creating in the United States. But how much of this, I mean, how historically this kind of thing must be happening all the time. We're like, oh, we can't release this movie because the president of China is going to be upset or Vladimir Putin's going to be upset or, any number of
Well, if they want Hollywood, if Hollywood wants international distribution, they've done that before with China, right? They changed the patch on, what's his name, Tom Cruise's jacket. Yeah. And they are also know that certain things are sensitive to them. They've been making adjustments, whether it's what's happening internationally to some other country or just even making adjustments in the dialogue that they write because they know that people, this is a nutty thing. I saw this because you told me about it, so I read about it, Joe, that writers in Hollywood know that while the person's watching the show, they're also looking at something online.
Yeah.
So they're intentionally writing very simple storylines that are not as complicated as one might expect because they know they only have half the attention of the viewer.
Yeah, you have to reestablish plot points like multiple times throughout the movie, whereas before you would just do it once. You know, you have to keep reminding them what they're watching. Can I give you a crazy Epstein turn on this?
Oh my gosh.
There's a movie called Eyes Wide Shut.
Go
Stanley
ahead,
Kubrick. Are you familiar with it?
Yeah, hold on a second.
Okay.
No, give the whole thing. Go ahead, narrator.
We are running late.
Go ahead.
Okay, Eyes Wide Shut by Stanley Kubrick.
yeah.
It's about the secret society, and you go in, and all these couples are, everybody's basically sleeping with each other.
Crazy stuff,
The original script for that movie, they were sacrificing children, and Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman's daughter, they were supposed to give their daughter to the secret society. The studio made them change the script at the last minute, and Stanley Kubrick died right immediately after editing the movie. He dies, and he never even saw it released.
And you think that somehow goes back to Epstein?
Well, you put it. You decide. But the plot of the movie was basically the Epstein files, and
That's how you end every Epstein thing.
They made him
you
change
decide. I might be completely wrong.
I mean, who knows?
I might have nothing to do with anything.
Do your own research.
Oh my God. Oh yeah. Okay. Here comes Lori doing her own research on traffic. Lori.
I know. I feel a cough coming on. This traffic is brought to you by Seattle Sports. Bellevue to Seattle, 520. 24 minutes right now, but if you take I-90, it's just going to take you 15 minutes. Seattle to Federal Way, 33-minute drive, and Bellevue to Everett, 42. And travel times actually are better than usual right now. Still got 2 right lanes blocked. Highway 99 northbound at the First South Bridge. Tacoma to Olympia down to 41 minutes. And Renton to Auburn, just a 1-minute delay. I'm Lori, KIRO Real-Time Traffic. Download the Seattle Sports app to stay in the know with the latest news, scores, and opinions about your favorite teams.
G and Ursula, 9 to noon on the home of your Super Bowl champion Seahawks. KIRO News Radio.
A sea of green and blue in downtown Seattle. I'm hoping, G, you can hear us.
I can hear you.
We want to take it all in right along with you. You have a very special vantage point. Gee, what's going on?
They had another big dude trying to get on here with me and DJ Roscoe. You can't have 3 big dudes in the back of this Tundra.
Subscribe to the KIRO News Radio YouTube channel and watch live.
Check engine or ABS light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Power outages are happening more often and lasting longer than ever before. A backup generator is a very smart move, but gas generators, they're loud, heavy, and emit harmful exhaust. The Grid Doctor 3300 solar generator from My Patriot Supply is different. It's portable, silent, and safe to use indoors. And when you order a Grid Doctor 3300 from MyPatriotSupply.com, they'll include over $800 in preparedness supplies absolutely free. Go to MyPatriotSupply.com now and get prepared. That's MyPatriotSupply.com.
Every business starts with an idea. With smart business buying from Amazon Business, get everything you need to grow in one familiar place. From office supplies to IT essentials and maintenance tools. Ready to bring your visions to life? Learn how at AmazonBusiness.com.
Hey, Brock Heward here with my buddy, Dr. Daniel Nelson from Eastside Pain and Regenerative Medicine. The stem cell therapy you did on my knee was a game changer. But Dr. Dan, people ask me all the time if you're seeing the same kind of success treating neck and back pain with stem cell therapy.
Great question, Brock. As you know from your experience, we've had tremendous success treating major joints like hips, knees, and shoulders, but we've also seen excellent results treating neck and lower back pain. In fact, we're the only clinic in the Seattle area offering image-guided stem cell and PRP injection therapy specifically for neck and low back pain.
How cool is that? If joint, neck, or back pain is holding you back, call Dr. Daniel Nelson at Eastside Pain and Regenerative Medicine and find out if stem cell therapy may be right for you. Dr. Dan here is the only doctor with over 30 years of experience in pain medicine techniques, including stem cell therapy. Call Dr. Daniel Nelson, MD, at 425-823-4000 or visit DanielNelsonMD.com. That's 425-823-4000 or DanielNelsonMD.com. IRS.com.
Just hearing the word IRS can make people break out in a cold sweat. No one wants to deal with the IRS, and now you don't have to. The good news is Legal Tax Defense has been successfully negotiating with the IRS for more than 15 years. It doesn't matter how much you owe, whether it's $5,000 or $5 million. You deserve the best in the business on your side, and that is Legal Tax Defense. Even if you're working with someone else and just want a second opinion, there is no cost or obligation to call. They can prevent levies, liens, wage garnishments, even file back tax returns. And the best news about Legal Tax Defense is they won't take your case unless they know they will reduce or eliminate your tax debt. Call Legal Tax Defense right now for a free no-risk consultation. 800-265-7681. 800-265-7681. You have nothing to lose but everything to gain. 800-265-7681.
With the new IHOP value menu, $6 is all it takes to go to your happy place, where stacks of pancakes with bacon and eggs are just $6 every day. French toast, sausage, and eggs are, you guessed it, $6. And fluffy omelets come with a side of pancakes and only cost $6. Go to your happy plates every day at IHOP. $7 in some locations. Available every day for a limited time at participating restaurants in the U.S. Hours may vary. No substitutions. Not valid with other discounts or promotions. Prices may vary.
Welcome to guided meditation. Close your eyes. You're at the beach. The seagulls are calling. You take out your iPhone 16e you got from Cricket and use Apple Intelligence to clean up that selfie you just took. It's a good one. You send it to your friends instantly thanks to reliable nationwide 5G. They're totally jealous. Get iPhone 16e for $49.99 when you switch. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Requires new line on the Supreme Unlimited plan. First service charge and tax due at sale. $25 activation fee. Terms and restrictions apply. Cricket 5G is not available everywhere. See store for details.
New siding doesn't have to break the bank. We offer affordable options that add value and protection to your home. This is Justin Shirley, CEO of State Roofing and Exteriors. And while we're at it, ask about our roofing, windows, decking, and gutter services for even more savings. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF or visit stateroofing.com today to schedule your free siding inspection. State Roofing and Exteriors, held to a higher standard since 1968.
State Roofing, the best roof you'll ever need.
The John Curley Show mailbag is brought to you by Advanced Hair Restoration.
Thank you, Advanced Hair.
You do good work.
All right, Hudson, let's sing a little song about a mailman.
Nice.
You can see.
All right.
Stop. Oh, that's so sad. We'll get the letter of the day first. Take care of all the rest. Here we
Dennis
go.
in Seattle says, "Hey, Joe, it's Thursday. Is John going to talk about Davy Crockett again? I sure hope so. The man on the street said it's a great time to be alive for Seattle fans. Who in the world is Chase Oliver?"
Wow, Dennis.
Yes.
Thank you for that one. Doug in Mount Vernon says, what is DraftKings over and under on Commissioner Silver getting to his point? Thank you, Doug.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Elena in the 206 says, "It's a mad, mad world when Trump Jr.'s ex-wife dates Tiger Woods and Trump Jr. dates the ex-wife of Governor Newsom. We need a spreadsheet to keep track."
Aliens Elliot on the ship in Texas says, I can hear John's endorsements ad in my head now. John Curley here for Alien Probes. Go see my friends at Issaquah Alien Probes for the best probes around.
Rihanna in Arlington, says, "Wait, did Joe say missing out? Ha ha ha, west of the Rockies."
There we are. Andrew in 509 says, I got Trump's disclosure speech right here. It goes, there's no aliens. Give it up, nerds. You geek needs to get girlfriends. Thanks for your attention on this matter, dweebs.
That's right. I'm going to skip that one and go right to Benny, the tugboat expert, who says, George Norrie has gotten so bad that his guests pretty much do a monologue. All he says is truly remarkable over and over.
Right. They just go on and on. Have you ever listened to him?
I haven't. No, never.
Yeah, he never. And they're like, so in 1961. And he's just like, wow. The Donner Party, Tim and Olympia says, such a weird show.
Tin Hat Jason says, you guys should eat me first. You'd probably catch a decent buzz. Let me get this one. Josh in Auburn says, I say this lovingly, but y'all are so dumb. The banter over shoes and the menu, so funny. Well done.
Oh, good. All right. Bobo Flambe.
Bobo's Flambe.
Who's Bobo?
I don't know. Somebody in the party. I don't know. Trucker Robert in Puyallup says, hey, John, regarding the Donner Party, I guess that brings a whole new meaning to the the show's Survivor Home Edition. As far as shoes on the menu goes, I've got a question. How's the sole?
Go on, Trucker Rower. Well done. Max in 425 says, Sully is good eating. Yeah, that, you know what? We hadn't thought about him.
That's true, yeah. He leaves so early. Tina in the 425 says, leave sweet Nate alone. A great marinade will tenderize anybody.
We did a 3-hour show, and we're reduced to talking about who we would eat here? Come on now.
I want those cookies.
Okay. Fishtails. Go ahead, Joe.
Clip San Paul says, I can't believe the politicians today are so business dumb. It's a business that people have put in time, money, headaches, and sometimes they end up making a difference and a bunch of money. The problem with the politicians is they were never placed in situations of putting everything on the line.
That's right. They don't risk anything. Has John ever told the story on the moth? He should. He's a great storyteller.
Janet in the 425 says, you're such a wonderful storyteller, John. Whether it's your own story or some other lovely story that you've chosen from this day in history, I always enjoy it. While I may not always agree with you, you can certainly tell a tale.
Well, thank you for that, Janet. Doug in Puyallup says, I can't imagine how embarrassing former Mayor Harrell is on losing an adult child.
I think he thought that clip we played was Katie. Theo in South Seattle says, I work for Trident Seafoods. Amazing culture. Chuck's son Joe is building on his dad's success. Thank you for sharing that story, John.
Jim in 360 says, well, John, that is a great story. It almost made me want to go back to fishing. I had a partner, but sure as hell wasn't the government.
James in the 425 says, yeah, the government wants to take credit for the roads. Trouble is, they don't work and they need repair.
Oh, my God.
I'll get this one, too.
Yeah.
I worked on Billiken, Chuck's first catch processor, but it was not the first catch processor. It was his first catch processor.
Okay.
That goes to the deep sea that was used in an earlier fishery for king crab.
Talking about San Francisco, Old Man John says this idea in San Francisco is what we
let me get this one, too. Mike in Portland, Mike in Portland said, I was in San Francisco 18 months ago. I went back last weekend for 3 days. You wouldn't even think you were in the same city. I literally saw one person sleeping on the sidewalk the entire 3 days.
Wow.
I was there in August. It's fantastic.
Nice.
And now it is time for the letter of the day.
Hee Haw Aaron.
Oh, good.
He says, John would be my last choice to eat with all his plastic body parts and such. I'm going to have to go with Joe. I mean, he would probably be tasty, and his body would most likely have psychedelic mushrooms in it. You know, double the pleasure, double the fun.
Stop. I swear I'm going to get that cough thing just from hearing it through my ears. Is that possible?
No, it's probably from sitting next to me for 3 hours.
Oh, my God. All right.
Actually, it's more like 9 hours.
Okay. Let's
That's all
get out of here.
That's all she wrote.
No, well, let's do another hour.
Okay.
Check that. Another hour first. But
We'll
here
spread
comes
our
Lori.
bronchitis over the radio waves.
It's like Henry Fry's mother. Here comes Lori checking traffic.
Traffic is brought to you by KIRO Text Line. It's powered by Muckleshoot Casino Resort. Southbound 405, we have a new stall. It's right in the center lane at Talbot Road. Bellevue to Seattle on the Lake Bridges right now, 520 is 24 minutes and 90 just a 15-minute drive. Seattle to Federal Way, you're looking at 33 minutes, and Bellevue to Everett is about 45 minutes. Travel times, actually, I'm seeing they're better than usual. In northbound 99, you've got those two right lanes still blocked. Tacoma to Olympia, 40 minutes now, and Renton to Auburn, just 1 minute slowdown. I'm Lori, KIRO Real-Time Traffic.
This is what it's all about, right?
The Seahawks win Super Bowl 60.
The pure joy.
To beat the Patriots, especially in the 49ers stadium, it means everything.
It's a great time to be alive for Seattle fans.
It's why we're 12s.
Just like Mike McDonald said, we did not care.
We got a parade to get to.
Seattle will hold a victory parade Wednesday.
We are the home of your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
They are bringing the Lombardi back to the Northwest.
KIRO Newsradio.
Progressive Insurance knows pets, and one of the biggest differences between people and pets is that we don't eat things off the floor. But dogs definitely will, and it makes them so happy, no matter what it looks like, smells like, or what state of decomposition it's in. We all want to go through life that carefree, and that's also why you should get Progressive Pet Insurance, because they eat things off the floor. So protect your pet from all the questionable life decisions they make. You know where they drink from when you're gone, right? Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Covered subject to policy terms and conditions.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to A to Z Savings, our biggest sale of the year.
Happy to be here. Can I get some rotors?
Would you like brake pads with that?
How much are the brake pads?
Free with Duralast rotors.
Free. Really?
Really. Free.
I also need some oil.
Would you like an oil filter with that?
Yeah, how much is that?
Free with the oil.
Free. Really?
Really, free. It's part of A to Z savings with hundreds of deals.
From A to free.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Ends March 9th. Restrictions apply.
G and Ursula on KIRO News Radio.
You're not going to be able to stop what's going to happen.
I hope he's successful.
9 to noon, streaming live on your smart speaker.
That's another amazing run by Team USA.
Mom, think I'll be on Team USA one day?
Well,
I'll take this one.
What? Are you speaking to us?
Yes, and to answer your question, anything's possible, especially with Xfinity.
So, I can be the best snowboarder ever?
Well, I can't guarantee that, but Xfinity can guarantee that your internet price won't change for 5 years.
Okay. What if I practice every day?
Then maybe you'll be snowboarding for Team USA at the next Olympic Winter Games. And Mom, you'll still be paying the same price for Wi-Fi.
Ooh, really stuck the landing there.
It's the Xfinity Gold Medal Celebration. Now through February 22nd, get our best price on gig Wi-Fi for 5 years guaranteed, just $50 a month. Plus, get Peacock Premium included for 2 years. That's a $10.99 value per month. Xfinity. Imagine that. Proud partner of Team USA. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. Actual speeds vary.
The G and Ursula Show.
If you want to see what I'm wearing today, check out Mrs. Roper.
Weekdays 9 to noon.
A moo-moo is like a bank. You never know how much is in it.
On KIRO News Radio and the KIRO Newsradio app.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit revivemenshealth.com.
At the Boy Scouts of America, our oath remains. A scout pledges to be kind, helpful, and brave. We're committed to providing a safe and welcoming environment where scouts can establish the foundations of character that will last a lifetime. Our approach ensures the Boy Scouts of America is building the youth of today into the leaders we'll turn to tomorrow. The Boy Scouts of America. Building character is in our nature. Visit scouting.org to learn more about scouting.
DUI? Felony charge? Trust Bradley Johnson Lawyers and 1-800-DUI-OA. Over 30 years serving the Pacific Northwest and hundreds of 5-star reviews. Every mistake has a solution at 1-800-DUI-OA.
1-800-DUI-OA.
Your best source for local news. KIRO News Radio. KIRO FM and HD1 to